Hey, hello, my name is Sly, and this is me 10 years later. So, yes, for those who don't know, this today marks the day of me starting YouTube and Twitch for 10 years, which is insane to me. I don't know how to describe it. It really is just it's just so weird thinking just how far, but also how short of a time that is at the same time. Like, a lot has happened in those 10 years. Trust me. When I first started on YouTube back in 2014, I was like a completely different person. I was just going in a direction that I didn't necessarily think I was going to go because of like other things that were going on. But at the same time, there also hasn't been too much that's changed. Because, while yes, the type of content that I like, a lot of the interests have changed, a lot of the core of that has stuck around. And I don't know, it's just so interesting to think about just how long ago 2014 was. I don't know, it's just so weird. And so I wanted to dedicate an entire stream just kind of talking about those past 10 years of just everything that I've done and just everything that has just inspired me as a person in that time. And who else to help me other than two of the people that have been pretty close to me within those past several years. And I'm gonna unmute them in now. As you can see, I'm using something called redaction. I think it's what it's called. Basically, allows me to not worry about the panels that I used to have. So no more of that. You guys can see who's talking from down here. So let me just unmute because I think it's about time that they get a bit of a spotlight. All right. Are you guys there? Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to turn. Okay, there we go. Sorry, try talking now.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, of course, I've got Goldie back. He's been around the channel
Yeah.
since 2022, and he's been a rad lad. But today marks the first time in 2 years that we've brought back the myth, the legend themselves, Big Joseph. So
it's great to be back. I'm excited.
Unfortunately, I could not bring in Saimori because they're pretty much busy right now, and Zombie Slayer unfortunately has been busy with other things. But rest assured, they're here in spirit. And if I'm just gonna be honest, yeah, they got the support. And if I'm gonna be honest, it's just today actually does mean a lot to me because again, I've been doing this, I think, technically longer than everyone else, because Dylan Zombie, he's been doing this since 2015, and Saimori Austin, he's been doing this since 2018. And I just want to start off the stream by just saying not only to both of them, but even just to you guys for thanking me for just kind of being with me within the past years that we've known each other. Because if I'm gonna be honest, I think that regardless of what we're gonna be talking about, I have to thank you guys and even just everyone who's watching right now for just kind of sticking with me. Because yes, I'm not the biggest YouTuber or Twitch streamer of all time, but at the end of the day, that's not really what matters. What matters is just the experiences that I was able to have and just the fun moments that we will have, both on camera and off camera. And I just want to thank both of you guys, as well as Austin and Dylan for that, and everyone else who's joined on the streams before.
Absolutely, dude. It's been an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, and I thank all you guys as well on my uh, on my on my half, for all the fun times these past couple years have been for me personally, as the youngest member of the Cooper gang. And by
Mhm.
youngest, I mean like tenure, like for being the latest member. And I gotta say, the past couple years have been very rough, but in a lot of ways, but also really awesome and really fun in a
Mhm.
lot of other ways.
Mhm.
Usually, definitely when you guys are around, is when those good moments happen.
Yeah, and I just again, I'm very thankful that like you've been sticking around for a while because like you're a pretty bad lad. Same with you.
Oh,
By the way, they're now
of
known as
course.
Kai because they've changed their name since I think the last time that we were live. Izzy Kai now, for those who are
Yes.
watching.
Yeah.
So
I'm not picky. Whatever suits your fancy.
Whatever floats your boat.
Exactly.
But
but yeah, I guess
yeah,
I don't know if you heard on either Discord, not Discord, on Twitch or YouTube, but I kind of wanted to take just this stream just to kind of reflect on those past 10 years. And, we can have some laughs here and there, talk about where I was doing good, where I messed up really bad. And so you guys this is the moment where you guys get to finally make fun of me cuz you guys probably have known that I'm someone who usually was the one who was kind of on top, but this is going to be ammunition for you guys for the next 10 years for all I know. So,
I'm I'm gonna make fun of you. I can't wait.
so
I got a lot of baggage to share. I got a lot of pent up
Yeah.
rage with you, Sly, these past
um
couple
Yeah,
years.
I got a lot of bones that need picking.
Yeah, I have a bone or two to pick with you that I need to share.
all right. So, before we get to that, we got to talk about the stuff before I met both of you cuz funny enough, yes, I started 10 years ago, but I didn't actually know either of you 10 years ago. As a matter of fact, the friend group that I have now, mostly, except for one person, I've met within those 10 years, which is which makes this even weirder to me. Like, like
Yeah, like I feel like it's really odd how it's always really odd to me, something I've noticed, especially like being an adult these past. I mean, I'm still pretty young, but like,
mhm,
as my first couple years of being an adult, it's really weird how much of an impact people can have on your life, even if you've known them like in the grand scheme of things for only a short amount of that life of that time.
mhm.
Like how we've only like I've only known you for like
Yeah,
two,
like 2 years.
3-ish
Yeah,
years,
2 years.
but like yeah, like about 2 years, but like I look back and I think sort of like it feels weird to think of a life where like I wasn't a part of this group and
Mhm.
like I didn't have you guys to talk to and like to share stuff with you guys. Like
Right.
it's definitely something that it's definitely an idea that's, and I've experienced that in a lot of other relationships too that
Mhm.
I've had, and it's really weird, that it's really weird but really great at the same time.
Yeah, and like I definitely have learned to just kind of, if I'm gonna be honest, like over the past like time that I've been doing this, I've kind of learned to kind of just take in those little moments and just appreciate them a lot more. Because we're about to start getting into the history of just everything that I've done, like since. And let's just say that like I did not have that mindset at the beginning, but rest assured, being able to like meet up with it, like all of you guys, it really has just kind of helped me kind of go through a lot. Because man, there's been some rough periods. Like,
Man, life sucks sometimes.
by the way, it's if it sounds like I'm being scripted, I'm not. I I
You've thought about this for a
yeah,
while.
I've been
You've thought
thinking
about
about
the
this
right
for a
words to
while. So
say.
like, if I've so if it seems like I'm being scripted, I'm not. It's just, I guess I've just been kind of thinking about like how I wanted to phrase this, but whatever. Let's. I guess we should we like begin talking about everything, or
Begin well it will begin.
all right. So obviously, yes, I released my very first video onto YouTube back in 2014, but as with everything, that's not where everything actually began, because my channel actually was originally created back in April of 2014, but it was just kind of, I originally just used it as like a comment channel, because like that's what most people use like their YouTube channel for. It's not really like a channel, it's more of an account. So
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I originally did. But even as early as, I want to say like 2012 or like 2013, and keep in mind, we're talking like, I was like pretty early on in my teenage years, hell, maybe even preteen years around this time. Like we're talking like that young for me.
I'm very young.
And I watched like, I've known of YouTube for a long time. As a matter of fact, I've known about it honestly as long as it's been around, thanks to my relatives who are a bit older than I am, and so they were around amongst the first generation to know of YouTube and social media and stuff like that. But by the time that I had more access to the internet, I was definitely taking a lot of inspiration from specifically like the Minecraft scene, because this is 2012, 2013 we're talking about. This is when like Minecraft was just really like popping out.
Right, yeah, that was like the peak of its popularity, more or less.
Yeah. And so, yes, like, that was my original inspiration, was I wanted to be a Minecraft sort of YouTuber at the time, because every kid wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just thinking like I
Yeah.
did too as a kid. Like,
and my original video was, funny enough, wasn't actually a Let's Play, because here's something weird about me. That was not the type of content that I flocked towards. I flocked towards the mod showcase scene, because just the idea of adding community-made content has always been something that I've been fascinated by. It's one of the reasons why some of my favorite games of all time, like, low-key, I can't actually play without modding them. So, but that doesn't distinguish how amazing of a game their vanilla form is. But allowing for that type of content was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that desire to be a YouTuber or a content creator, I'm not gonna lie, I was just not ready for it yet. Not because of like the negative, like people online part, because like that just kind of goes with the territory, and even then that wasn't really like a problem. It was more so my equipment, because what really made me want to do YouTube, and by the way, I might as well actually just pull up the tabs now, since we're talking about it here. What made me originally want to do like YouTube, like what made me initially like be like, I want to do YouTube, is around 2014 I got a new computer around that time, because my first computer was basically given to me through some things I kind of don't want to get into. Basically, just we moved houses and all that fun stuff. It was a whole big deal, but it was like kind of a shitty home, like office computer. It wasn't like a gaming computer. So
the little desktop.
Yeah, it was just a little desktop. And so I initially, asked my relatives, my guardians, and I pretty much asked them, hey, I want like a better computer because this one runs like ass. I didn't say that, of course, but you know,
It was
it
silly.
was, yeah, it
It
was,
ran like a silly.
it
Very
was
silly.
terrible. And well, I got a new computer. Problem is, keep in mind, I was an idiot back then. I was a dumb little boy.
Was a dumb little child.
I didn't know that I had to ask for a gaming computer. So I ended up getting another office computer instead. And I was stuck with that thing for the next 4 years. And well, on
Gross.
on November 14th, 2014, I know it says November 15th, but regional differences now. On November 14th, 2014, I released my first video, not knowing what the hell I was doing, because I did not have the equipment. I did not know what OBS was at the time. I didn't even know what a gaming computer was at the time.
Mm.
And what you're seeing on screen is the result.
Your little voice.
Oh my gosh.
It's like you, but
I can't even hear myself. Like,
I have no idea what you're saying, but like
also that frame
It's-
rate. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
what is that? What is that clicking? Like what is that?
Okay,
sound?
so that right there, my friend, was my original microphone. So,
And were you like bumping into it with your
No!
face or something?
no, that's how it sounded. Because that's not the like, because you guys know I exclusively try to use these big microphones, right?
Yeah.
I did not record on one of those. I recorded on a little shitty stick microphone that,
Oh.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It was like a cheap, like $10 microphone that was like, you know, all you were able to do was just put it on a stand and just pull it up and down.
bump
Like, it just, so,
And hope you didn't like knock it off, or or the audio would come in well.
and well, unfortunately, like, as much as I tried toying with it, it just sounded like shit because it was a shitty ass microphone.
So this was the best you could do back then.
I had no other choice, like, because, you know, and it doesn't help that, well, you see the little fucking like watermark right there for a stupid fuck, like,
It's not the Bandicam watermark, but it's
no,
still...
it's not Bandicam, but it's not much better. I did this funny part is that I did record Bandicam videos later down the line, but we're not there yet. So, we're not in that era yet.
Please show us.
But basically, this was originally a mod showcase. I did it for this mod called the Runes of Wizardry mod, also known as the Runic Dust mod. Basically, it allowed you to place down runes and, you know, gain like a bunch of buffs. Basically, make your own, like, you know, cheaper versions of beacons in the game in Minecraft. But even as early as this, as shitty as a video this is, and trust me, this is shitty by every definition of the word. And I'm willing to say that because it's my video.
It's your video, so I have your permission to clown on it.
But even as early as this first video, you start to kind of see like some stuff that have become staples even to this day. Because, well, first of all, you can probably tell by the Minecraft skin, I made a Sly Cooper Minecraft skin.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, you know, it should be pretty obvious where the name Sly the Warrior originally came from, because that's what my original channel was called. And
even all the way back then.
Yeah, back in 2014, I kept the Sly moniker because, well, it's my boy. and that's my favorite game of all time.
My boy.
What's the plan?
So, unfortunately, the name was also like a sort of play on words of another big YouTuber at the time, which unfortunately turned out to have been a big piece of shit. But we'll get to that later.
A big jerk.
But that's not the only thing. So you probably like see I'm using another mod in this showcase called the custom NPCs mod, which allows you to create your own like NPCs or whatever. And well, one of the characters I named was General Ez. And that's important because that is actually a name that I've used for like the next like 6 to 7 years of my channel. So it's ESTZ. And I used that for basically as my secondary name for like fantasy characters now. So kind of important. Like
the prelude.
Yeah.
This is a prelude in the very truest sense of the
word. This is basically just a prelude to a bunch of things, but let's not kid ourselves. This video sucks, and frankly, I am kind of, in hindsight, embarrassed that this was my first video, and if I'm gonna be honest, I should have just waited a few more years. Cause...
Yeah, but like I always say that whenever I think about doing something. That's what I kept saying to myself when I was like around this age and I was really young and thinking like, well, I'll wait a few years until I'm older because then I'll be better when I'm older. Because even as a kid, I understood that like people didn't really like children on the internet. So
okay, but like
which is kind of funny saying that now with the amount of like with how younger content creators have. But I'm both older and younger, I guess you could say. The range, I guess you could say, has expanded for content creators. There's freaking 14-year-olds with like million subscriber channels. But back then on YouTube, it was kind of like, oh, you're a kid, like hot, like idiot. You know, like you were kind of like associated with like, you know, subpar and like being kind of dumb. You get what, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing though, is that back then I tried doing the thing that a lot of Minecraft YouTubers did back then, and that was basically, you know, using a lot of the ideas that were in bigger YouTube channels and just putting them into your like video. Because I don't know if you saw what I named the villagers there.
Go back.
Because let me see if I can find.
It was difficult to read.
There we go.
A money stealer.
If you know your Minecraft mod showcases back in 2014, you know exactly where that comes from.
I mean, unfortunately, the only Minecraft mod showcaser I'm familiar with is someone that we're gonna be talking about.
I mean, fair enough, but that's not him, thankfully. YouTube channel Sunday.
Okay, I know of Sunday. I know of him.
So that, and also I remember trying to make lapis lazuli like the, you know, my favorite like item in the game, because like every Minecraft YouTuber had their favorite block or their favorite item.
And everybody hated lapis lazuli at the time because for whatever reason people pretended to mistake it for diamond.
Which I question. I question people how you mistake like the colors.
Yeah, okay. I wager that it only happened to somebody genuinely like one time, and then that just became a thing. Because I don't know about you, but playing Minecraft way back then, and you know, I was very young. I never really understood the misconception. Diamonds are light blue, lapis is just dark blue.
Yeah,
it's
like
very easy to.
It's so.
I was like, okay, this
easy.
is obviously a different texture. I think it only happened to somebody genuinely one time, and then the internet just decided to roll with that, and everybody just collectively gaslit themselves into thinking that would happen.
Yeah, it's...
yeah.
That is my game theory right there.
Yeah. But yeah, this was the first video, and for the next several months, I would exclusively do Minecraft videos. I did a few other like shitty Minecraft showcases after that. As you can see here. Hell, I did a few other videos, but well, I've unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see it, I've since deleted a lot of those videos because of how. Because even back in like even back around like 2015, 2016, I was not proud of what I was doing. Because I did a lot of videos that were set in a bunch of Minecraft servers, specifically Hypixel and Mineplex. Those were like the big ones I was on. And
Right.
unfortunately, those videos are lost to time. But I do distinctly remember a few of them.
Multimedia.
I do remember a few of them. One of them was, it was like a Counter-Strike clone game mode. Another one was a Star Wars Battlefront like clone like game mode. There was also one that was called, I think it was called Bed Wars, which was basically it was basically like a, or no, it was like Tug something. Basically, it was basically it was a PvP mode where you had two teams and you had to push one team to the edge of like the map in order for you to win. And every every minute or so, you were able to build up wool buildings to just kind of like, protect wherever you're going. Like it's
Like
hard
a
to
tower
describe.
defense game.
No, it was like a PvP thing. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but basically just think like, what type of typical Minecraft like team-based PvP was back then. That's basically what it was. So yeah, there was those videos. I also remember doing just a few random survival videos with a few people that I was in class with. Problem is, I recorded those in class.
What? Like at school?
Yes, because
Like in the middle? Did you bring like all your recording equipment?
no, okay. So at in our middle and high schools, we were handed out laptops for us to use. I recorded on that.
So
Yeah,
you
man,
just
throw
recorded
laptops.
using the laptop microphone.
Yes,
And
And-
and it's not like a laptop today where it can record and be pretty decent. But
no,
this was
Yeah, no, it was rough.
it was
man.
ass, and Kai knows exactly what I'm talking about because we went to the same school district. So
Yep. No, it was rough.
Did they come in those little carts that they would always roll out in school? Like, did they come in those
technically no, because those were only like for like the Chromebooks at our school. We had like a dedicated like laptop that was given to us for the entire school year.
Really? What?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard of a school doing that.
I mean, that's probably one of the. I mean, yeah, they were shitty laptops, but if I'm gonna be honest, that was probably one of the coolest things. That was probably one of the few cool things that our school did, was that they gave us like laptops for us to be able to like use for our own like thing. Well, because the logic is that a lot of the homes at the time, well, yes, the internet was like, really, really growing. We were still in kind of an area that like it wasn't fully connected yet. So
Yeah, not everybody had connection. Not everyone had a home computer.
And so they had to, like, they thought they basically landed out those laptops. And that's kind of where a lot of those videos came from, on both the shitty desktop that I had and on that school laptop that, frankly, I probably, shouldn't have put some stuff on there, but whatever.
So either I grew up in a more developed, internetally developed area, or my school just didn't want to do that.
I mean, I think it's become more of a common thing, like in a lot of schools recently. So maybe it just was your school didn't want to do that quite yet.
maybe like I don't know.
But
Like, maybe
so, but yeah,
strange.
you get the point. Like either school laptop
Maybe my
or
school.
shitty home desktop, and that's what I
Yeah.
used for the next few years.
And maybe my school was just afraid that
Right.
we would make videos like that. And we would all be embarrassed. Maybe they were trying to save us the embarrassment.
The embarrassment. But anyways, so let's move on from Minecraft for a little bit because
Computer, oh my
we're gonna
goodness.
go from 2014 to 2015, which is where I started to diverge my content. So,
Divergent happened.
funny enough, the game that got me into PC gaming wasn't actually Minecraft. It was a little MMORPG that was released back in the late 2000s called Wizard 101. You may or may not have heard of it. It may or may not have been a big deal on my channel for a while. But
If you don't know of it, you've definitely seen commercials of it when you
yeah,
were a kid.
you've definitely seen commercials of it. And this was around the time
Unless
whenever
you're
the
too young, then
this was around the time whenever the third arc was coming out. So because they just wrapped up a previous storyline. I think around this time I finally convinced my guardians to give me a different microphone.
so now we can hear little Sly much clearer.
You can hear me, and look. Would you look at that decent video? Problem is this is the Bandicam
Video
era,
call.
so
Bandicam with top.
so, and you know what's funny about this?
A
So
lot of things.
a lot of things, but one thing in particular, and I'm gonna pull it up in a little bit. I still have this character.
Really?
This character is from, I want to say 2011, I want to say. And I still have him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you that I still have him to this day. But we'll talk about this.
Cool, actually.
We'll talk
Character's
about...
probably older. Character's older than probably some of the people playing the game right now.
I mean... Probably. But yeah, whatever. God, I'm so young.
Hey guys. You're so young.
God, I hate this. And keep in mind, I did not use a script. I was just talking straight up, just out of my ass this entire time. I was just making shit up. Yeah, I was improving. You gotta love that, like, the not doctors here, by the way.
You're like H. John Benjamin, you know, you're an improv master.
Basically talking about theories of what they were going to do with, like, the third arc for Wizard 101, but we know what ended up happening there. Basically, they made not Russia, not Middle East, and not Batman. But, you know, I was way off on my predictions. But you get the point, But it showed that I was starting to diversify my content, because, you know, it showed that I didn't want to just be strictly a Minecraft YouTuber anymore, because, you know, this is 2015. Minecraft was kind of...
Minecraft was out.
It wasn't quite out. That wouldn't be until a year later, but it was starting to kind of decline in the viewership. And I wanted to look for a game that was appealing to me, but was still kind of a more kid-friendly game, because that's kind of what I appealed my content for, at least for these first couple of years.
Yeah.
But at the
you're becoming like a Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. Well, I guess in a sense, I kind of, you know, stuck to that. But my content
Michelangelo,
pretty much.
Leonardo, Raphael, they're
But-
all gone. I remain.
I remain.
But basically, my
Oh,
content basically just kind of, you know, was starting to diversify. And that's become an important thing as well. I stream a ton of games nowadays. I don't just play Minecraft, or I don't just play Call of Duty. I play, like, a variety of stuff, because I'm
Play
someone who
everything.
can't just stick with one game at a time. I guess I'm just kind of a freak in that I have to play, like, a variety of different games, otherwise I get bored. So,
We all know you're a freak and that you get bored like very easily and you can never settle.
it's...
Always on to the next high. Ruining your life. We all know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
always chasing that same feeling.
but yeah, let's switch over to Wizard 101 for a little bit, because I'm going to show that I still have this character, even to this day. So, proving that I didn't forget. Let me make sure the stream can actually see it. Shit, no it can't. Okay. Alright, can stream see that? Because I have the thing. Because you guys can see it, right?
Discord is not showing me. Hold on, let me try. Yeah, Discord. Wait, it's loading.
It's I might have to switch
No,
to.
there we go. There we go.
There we go. Now I can see.
Well, is it
There we
okay?
go.
Well, you guys can see it, but I don't know if stream can't see it yet, so I'm gonna have to.
Stream.
There we go.
Amazing.
Stream can see it. Okay.
There he is.
Yes. Okay, you guys can't hear audio.
I-
Hold on, I need to switch over to this.
I'd recognize that back anywhere.
But yeah,
The guy, not the horse.
this. I didn't forget, guys. You guys thought I forgot after 2020, but I didn't.
It's
So, and look at that, Hunter Ghost Gem.
Ooh, funny. Hunter Ghost Gem.
Myth Wizard, level 130. So,
The 10-year character. Does this game ever show like date of creation or stuff like that, or is it like
unfortunately no, but it does show like date whenever you like make friends online. I've removed all my friends, unfortunately. So,
oh, hello? Who is that fine gentleman behind you?
oh no, he's half a person. Oh no.
No, the other one to your left.
Oh,
Here, yeah.
Simeon
Arthur.
or Arthur.
No, Arthur Weathers.
Oh.
Who's that fine gentleman?
He's the balance wizard, or the balance
He is
teacher.
quite the wizard. He
Well,
is
he's
quite the
no, he's a
wizard.
balance. He's a balance teacher, because it's the 7 schools of magic that are in this game. Because you have life, myth, death, fire, ice, storm, and balance. Those are like your classes per se in this, because this is an MMORPG.
He's the teacher of balance.
And
also
well,
looks like a-
Kai, you're gonna be upset with this, but he's in this game's universe. He's a sorcerer, but you're not born as a sorcerer, so
You have to become one.
yes, you have to become one. You can't just you're not born one, which that will probably make them upset, because that's not what sorcerers are. But whatever.
I mean, at least, you know, he looks kind of like me, so I like him.
But anyways, enough of Wizard 101. You get the point. Is Wizard 101, funny enough, would actually be around the channel a lot longer than you would think. Up until 2020. But we'll get to that later. Because unfortunately that does kind of get into some admittedly kind of annoying
Iffy
details. But in any event... Oh, shoot. The audio is being awkward here as well. Hold on. You guys are being... Hold on, I didn't close the game yet. Sorry. This is what happens when you do this live, by the way. So,
Yeah.
Do it live.
Alright, there we go.
Because you get to see all the details.
Only
Uh.
professional act here on by the.
But yeah, 2015, I did like a few more Wizard 101 videos, a few more Minecraft mod showcases. Then I moved over to TF2, so again, branching out, but also the beginnings of me doing first-person shooters. So, yes, That does mean that my first FPS was TF2, at least for the channel, because I was playing that for like a year by that point. Also, Kai, your mic is spazzing out. You're spazzing out like mine did 10 years ago.
Spazzing it, yeah. Well, we're just trying to recreate
God,
that.
Yeah, we're trying to give it that authentic feel.
my God.
I really do feel like we're back in 2014.
Or 2015 in this case. Well,
Like Slide the Warrior.
whatever. Anyways, 26, like, funny enough, 2016, I didn't really do that much. Like, 2015, I'd say, like, there, again, a lot more Minecraft and Wizard 101 videos on here, but I've deleted them because they were all mostly trash. So keep that in mind. 2016, if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really do a lot that year, mostly because there was just a lot of personal stuff that was going on at the time that I kind of definitely don't want to get into for reasons. But it did kind of put a toll as far as me wanting to do stuff for YouTube. But that doesn't necessarily mean I was completely off the internet because, well, around 2016, or late 2015, going into 2016, and keep in mind, of around the age of I am around this, I started a DeviantArt. So I was one of those kids.
I would never be caught dead doing something like that. No siree, no, never.
Why, honestly?
Link in the description below.
Link, I mean, it's all in
Except-
the link in the description. So I actually
Except I
don't
lost-
remember. I don't remember like my oldest thing because I mainly did a lot of SFM renders with like, you know, some occasional meme stuff. So, okay, this is the oldest one that I have.
Which was
This-
the style of the time.
Yes, the fucking. Because, yes, this is also when FNAF was starting to really rise in popularity. So, of
About
course.
time, if you ask.
Yeah, 2015. That was the year of Five Nights at Freddy's. And so natural. And, well. That was also the year of FNAF SFM. And so these models were roaming around. The Splinks models. If you guys remember that era of YouTube.
Blinks.
Yes, well that's
I
the
might not know the name, but
that's
I
the
might not know the
creator
name,
who
but I
that's
might
the
know the
creator
one.
who made these models. Like, so yeah, the very inaccurate models. But whatever. Point is that I did a lot of these, some of which I have had removed since, but the ones that I thought looked cool, I've kept around. Unfortunately, these are a lower resolution than I kind of wish that they were in, but, you know, there's only so much I can really do. And, well, this is kind of around the time where I started experimenting with more TF2 related content on here, even throwing in some, you know, Ratchet and Clank and My Life Strange Robot stuff since they have the assets there. And, you know, some Call of Duty Zombies, which of course leads us into the Call of Duty era. So, 2016, at the end of 2016, going into 2017, this is where I started doing a lot more Call of Duty content. I went back to YouTube and, you know, I gained a little bit more motivation, especially since this was around the time when Black Ops 3 was around. And I have just gotten a PlayStation 4 at this time. So I finally was caught up to everyone as far as the I may have not been caught up with PCs, but at least I was caught up with the consoles. So, but before we get into that story, I guess we might as well talk about, me and Kai, because this is around the time whenever we met each other as well. Like late 2016.
Guess I'll have to sit this one out.
So, Kai, you there? Your mic.
I hear him a little. shoot.
God damn. Okay. I guess while they wait, I might as well talk about it. So, yeah, this was around the time whenever Kai and I met, as well as Saimori. Like late 2016 was whenever I met them because we were in the same, area as each other.
Same code, if you will.
Yeah, and we didn't necessarily. Oh shoot, they left. Okay.
Yeah, some technical difficulties on Kai's end. Sorry about that.
Okay, let's see if that fixes the issue.
Yep, that
Anyway.
fixed the issue.
It did fix the issue.
Okay, thank God.
Yep.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Professional stream.
But
Please
yeah,
don't
no.
be mad at us.
But yeah, no. This is around the time whenever like we met, right? Like 2016, like late 2016.
Yeah, that was right around when we first started hanging out.
Yeah, cause. Okay, I think I've mentioned the fact that I've been in in a speech and debate class to stream before, so we basically met in we met at like a speech and debate banquet. No, it was a speech and debate banquet, right? Because it was.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, because I was in speech and debate all 4 years of high school, and that's how I met Sly.
Yes,
and yeah,
we're in high school, but like
it was
here.
Yes,
So.
it was either at like one of those team building things we did, or like one of those banquets that we had, or something like that. Some sort of extracurricular event.
Yeah, it was so dumb, but yeah, no, because I think you were talking about like I think it was like Halo to like, God damn it, I can't think of his name. I think it was like I don't remember their exact names. I'm not gonna name them names, but you probably remember. But yeah, like that's kind of where we met, and I mean the rest is history, obviously, since we're here together still. And this is around the time when Saimori and I also met, because 2 weeks before we met, I actually met them in theater class. And that's just kind of, not necessarily the beginning of the Cooper gang, because keep in mind, there were actually, funny enough, members before you guys. Because there were yes, because there were a few people that
before.
Yes, a long time ago, from 2014 to 2018, there were other members of the Cooper gang that unfortunately have obviously since left, but they are not forgotten.
We don't really talk about them anymore. Legally speaking, we're not supposed to mention them by name.
I mean, I'm not going to name their I'm not going to actually name their real life names, but I can definitely bring up their usernames later on. But we can talk about that later. But point is,
my lawyers strongly discourage that we ever acknowledge their existence. So I think we're in trouble.
It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. Anyway.
Tell that to law.
Anyways. 2017. So this was where I was starting to do a few interesting things. And what I mean by that is I have a PlayStation 4 by this point, which, for those who don't know, actually has a built-in recording system within it. And so,
new console at the time.
Yeah, for a new console. And keep in mind, as I already said, this was around the time when Black Ops 3 was still, somewhat new. It wasn't the newest Call of Duty anymore, but it was, still the hotness. And I wanted to take advantage of that. And so, I, starting around 2017, started doing videos on Black Ops 3. So, let me just make sure. Unfortunately, I didn't figure out the resolution, and oh my god, this fucking tapestry. I forgot about that. Damn.
Tapestry.
Yes. And so, but you can already see there's a bit of an improvement here, because this thing is not running in 20 frames. This is not running in 5 frames a second. And I was able to actually, play a game of Black Ops. Unfortunately, it was on the map Moon, and Moon sucks ass, but that's besides the point. Like, to be fair, it's BO3 Moon, so it's not as bad, but
it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, it's still pretty rough. But
and it still makes me feel sad.
Oh my god, I forgot Okay. I think I was in my Patrick Stump phase. But not because of like the glasses. But look at this.
Where are all the zombies?
That looks like sideburns, but it's not. But I'm gonna call it sideburns anyways because it's funny.
Wait, I can't see. You're not sharing the screen.
What do you mean? Oh shit! Hold on. Okay, this is what happens when you stream on both Discord and Twitch. God damn it.
We're very professional, guys.
I'm so sorry.
Look, they're here for our personality, not for our technical prowess.
God,
they're here
10 years later, and I still don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, but funny enough, this was not
sideburns or your hair.
No, that's my hair. Because this is around the time when I thought that long hair meant like was a good thing, because I didn't know any better.
I mean, so was I at this age, at your age. So
damn.
Except you wore it a whole lot better than I did, because because you let it go naturally. I styled it way too much, and I didn't really know how to use like hairspray and stuff. So like, you wear it a lot better than I did.
God, this is annoying me too, because I did this in what was my bedroom at the time, but would eventually become like an office room for me, like a few years later.
Right. I like how it's blue. I like how it's blue though, like your current one.
I mean, I've always had my rooms blue. Like, it's my favorite color. So I've always had.
It's funny how you've kept that consistency. My room at the time was one wall was blue, one wall was green, one wall was yellow, and one wall was red. I had a clown room.
Clown.
That if any of you guys have children, don't let them paint their own bedroom because they will regret it. Because I did.
Yeah.
Thankfully now my room is gray. Thankfully now my room is just a neutral like gray color. So.
But yeah. Yeah, I think okay. I remember. I think I got teleported in this. I mean, ignore the fact that like I didn't know how to use my webcam. I think in this like something weird in this stream, like in this video. It's not a stream; it's a video. I know, a 42-minute long just video of me just doing whatever the fuck. I got caught by the astronaut, and the astronaut like steals your perks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bastard.
He didn't actually steal my perk when he teleported me, or I don't remember if he teleported me and I just kind of. I think it was like near the end.
What we're seeing here is not just like a relic of the past, but a.
I caught a glitch. Phenomenon. So yeah, I got a glitch. I got
a very rare phenomenon. You should submit this to Treyarch.
To Treyarch. No, I don't. No, don't fix this, Treyarch. I swear to let people keep their perks, please. I swear to God.
It's freaking Wolfenstein New Order-esque place.
But whatever, you get the. Yeah. But basically, my content switched over mostly to a Call of Duty channel for 2017 going into 2018. Though I did do a Total War Attila mini series for a while, but that went as well as you could expect. Don't believe me?
I bet it went very well.
Don't believe me?
You're being too hard on yourself.
Look at this frame rate.
Look at the bars.
Look at that frame. Did you look how fast? Like how slow? Look.
That's...
So yeah, no, terrible. But 2017 was not completely in vain because, well, funny enough, this was the beginning of when I started doing live streams. So The reason why we're live now, you can thank August 13th, 2017 for that. Because that was my first live stream.
Oh,
It was another Black Ops 3 stream.
my goodness.
So, unfortunately, it was the era where I used my console for streaming. So, you see all this bullshit here.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. I did stuff like this too when I
But
was
look
young.
look at the
Oh my
look at the fucking the quality. It's getting better at least. 720p.
Getting better.
We reached 720p, ladies and gentlemen, in 2017. Hold on, where's my yeah, 720p. So, and we streamed Nocturne Toten. So, because you know, my microphone was still ass though.
Really terrible. Yeah, let's just head over to the box. I know people are like, no, don't know that.
You're starting to sound a little bit more like you though.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I'd say like, honestly, by the end of like 2018, my voice kind of just, you know, became how it is now.
I didn't get that way until I honestly don't know when.
But yeah, you guys get the gist. So, and pretty much throughout the rest of that year, I would do a lot more Call of Duty streams. I also even did a lot of Call of Duty World War II, and this was actually around the time where people were starting to notice my content, in a sense, because, you know, I took advantage of the fact that this was the newest Call of Duty at the time. And would you look at that? Kai, you remember Flatfoot? So, yeah, Flatfoot was with me on this stream. Because we did the entire...
I have no idea who that is.
They're actually in our server, funny enough. They're still on the server. Shout out to Flatfoot. Like...
Shout out to Flatfoot. I don't know who you are, but I'm sure you're an A-OK lad.
We're a pretty rad lad. Because, funny enough,
I'm rad.
they were actually... They were the first person that I remember meeting exclusively online. Because...
They were like me before me. Like, kind of a beta version of Goldie.
Not a beta version of you, come on. They were...
No,
But, like, they were... Because I think I met them in, like, a YouTube... Yeah, I met them in, like, a YouTube comment section for, like, a zombies YouTuber by the name of Greg FPS, who does a lot of speedruns.
That's kind of crazy.
Okay, that's interesting, because I've never heard of anybody meeting in, like, comment sections.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Yeah, because we met in a comments section, and then we joined that YouTuber's server. Shout out to Greg FPS, by the way. And we joined his Discord server, which, of course, the account that I'm using to talk to you guys, same account. So, and yeah, everything's starting to make sense now, right? Like,
We're starting to get closer.
yeah, we're starting to get closer to everything. Yeah, no, this was, like, you know, this was, like, one of the first times that I remember doing, like, a legit collaboration with someone else. Because they were doing, they were streaming as well.
Someone else who you've never even seen.
So.
Didn't even know, like, what they looked like.
Not yet. That would be a few months after that we started sharing, like, each other's, like, you know, stuff. But...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, this was... I'd say, if I'm gonna be honest, weirdly enough, this is probably one of the more important, like, videos here. Or streams. Because, like...
Bit of a landmark.
Yeah, this... And we did pretty decently. Hell, I think we beat the Easter egg on this one. So... Or at least, I know we beat the Easter egg. Like, I know for a fact. We streamed it. But yeah, no, like, we got up to, like, round fucking 30-something. And Yeah, we got up to around like I think like 32. Oh shit, never mind, 26. Whatever, you get the point. So
Wow.
you get the point. Very important stream, and you know, very important as that was kind of the identity that I took from like 2017 up until 2019 was, and well, because I was playing more Call of Duty, I was maturing my content a little bit more. I wasn't really relegated to like these E10 plus games. Not that those are bad, because I still love those games, but it was representing the shift of what I was interested in doing at the time. And
just the internet in general.
Yeah, and I guess the internet in general. And while yes, World War II may not be the most popular Call of Duty game, admittedly, a part of it does mean a lot to me because of just the streams that I was able to do with Flatfoot. And I honestly had a lot of fun memories doing these streams. So 2018 would eventually roll around, and I diversified a bit more, started doing some Battlefield stuff, some For Honor stuff, because you know those are pretty popular, you know, multiplayer games at the time. So it's doing more multiplayer based stuff. Wait, what?
I completely forgot about For Honor. I haven't heard about that game in God, I don't even know how long.
Yeah, they've stopped. They still make updates to it, but they don't update it as often. But I played a lot. I played the shit out of For Honor when it because I loved the combat so much, because it was it was like a medieval combat game, and that was kind of my introduction to that style of gameplay. Which yes, I've since played games like Mount and Blade, so don't worry, chat. I know of those games, but honestly, like For Honor, I wish, low key, I kind of hot take, I wish it was bigger, because I found For Honor to be way more interesting than some of the other popular games at the time.
You wish it just got more attention than all the other big franchises.
Yeah, unfortunately, this was kind of around the time when Ubisoft was really starting to kind of. Okay, it wasn't really, but they were kind of, going down.
Downhill.
Yep, your mic is fucking up again.
Man, hold on.
Yeah, if you have to keep leaving, okay. But
again,
it's technical difficulties. You good?
Yeah, I should be fine.
Okay.
Only professionals on this stream.
Yeah. But yeah, no, basically I was doing a lot more live streaming content by 2018, and again, people were definitely starting to get more interested in that sort of stuff. Yeah, I even did a fucking. Unfortunately, I did do my first playthrough around this time as well, because you probably noticed that I was just kind of doing, random videos, right? Like I was just kind of like playing just kind of for the sake of playing. I wasn't playing like a single player experience yet, right?
Right. You were kind of just, yeah.
What if I told you that my first playthrough was Battlefield Hardline?
What? That's a name I have not heard in a long time.
No, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
And if I believe that's for good reason.
It was bad, dude. It was so bad. So, you know why I'm very stingy about the types of games that I play on Twitch? How I don't want to play like shitty, games for my streams, and I don't want to
Don't want to play shitty games. Don't want to even.
Yeah, no, this was one of the this was kind of the reason why.
Because this
game's single player sucked. Like, granted, to be fair, it's not funny enough. As much as this is bad, this is actually not the worst Battlefield campaign. There's some that are absolutely worse than this, but this one's still pretty bad.
Don't shoot the unarmed civilian.
That's a taser.
Well, I can't believe you turned traitor and become a cop, Sly.
You become a fucking criminal by the end of the game, so like, who cares?
But you become that's even worse. You become a crooked cop. That's even worse. This isn't a battlefield. This is a crack den. I guess the battle's on our streets now. That's
great, casual racism from this character. Great.
I mean, he is a drug dealer.
The real
he's a very evil
was the
man.
friends we made along the way.
I can't believe this is my first fucking playthrough. Jesus Christ.
Don't shoot him in the balls. Oh, Jesus. Oh! Damn.
Wait.
Well,
Yeah.
good thing you turned off your body cam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no body cams in this game, so. Though there is an alligator QTE attack. So
there should be a button where, like, the second you do some like incriminating shit, you can turn your body cam off like a real cop.
Hold on, where's the crocodile attack?
It's the alligator QTE. You're in the swamps of, Riverside, California.
No, this is in Florida. This is the Everglades.
Of course. Redneck Jurassic Park.
So, God damn it! I can't.
know that's.
Wait, hold on. It's somewhere in here. God damn.
Where's
Also,
the alligator QTA?
also ignore the fucking.
I was promised an alligator QTE.
I'm trying to fucking find it.
No, the difference
I
between
feel
me
robbed.
is that I've been dead for 4 years. That's the difference.
Wait,
At least
you've been
I
dead for
died.
4 years?
I think I was talking about how much like nobody was really watching my content. Although in hindsight, I understand why.
It's like, so you've been a ghost this whole time?
God damn it! I don't. It's in this fucking section. I can't. This thing is so hard to like see where you're like scrolling. So it's dumb. Oh, Jeff Beard! Look,
Oh.
it's Jeff Beard.
Oh! Jeff Beard! Jeff Beard!
Jeff.
The Jeff
Am I-
Beard?
Yes, you
Am I
fucking.
supposed to be
Yeah, Kai
excited?
remembers. That's another fucking.
Dude,
yeah. You don't know him, Goldie, but yeah. Shout out to Jeff Beard,
So who's Jeff Beard?
another person we knew in person,
Oh, okay, cool.
who was actually in the Sly Army podcast multiple times. So
Wow. More pre-Goldie content.
you'll get your
Yeah,
content soon. Don't worry. God, I forgot that's what they named themselves. Damn. But yeah, no. Terrible playthrough, but that was my major playthrough. So what can you do? Also, you can probably tell that's when I started doing thumbnails. Shitty thumbnails, but thumbnails nonetheless.
They're better than anything I would have made.
Oh yeah, I also played some NES games. I played, or NES and Game Boy Color games, because I played, it was like, what? The original Final Fantasy, the NES Metal Gear, because I didn't, because
Because, well,
why not?
you know.
And then for Game Boy Color, I played the original Shantae. So more staples, I guess. I don't think I did a few other videos around this time, but like I don't think this was quite this wasn't really quite where I was kind of doing more edited style of content. I was just still kind of just allowing just more freeform content. Like I didn't have a script, except for this first review, because well, you guys know how much I like, reviewing stuff at the end of my streams, right?
You do like your final thoughts.
I have my final thoughts.
You do.
So how I like, I do usually how I score things is how Angry Joe does it, where 5 out of 10 is like is average, 1 out of 10 is like the worst thing, 10 out of 10 being the best thing, because it makes sense. Because middle, average, mid, they're synonyms,
right?
So, and well, let's just say that around 2018. Technically, this was not the first review that I've done for any particular thing, because, again, I tried to diversify my content around this time, because 2018 was the year where I started diversifying into talking about music. But you see, there's no videos talking about music here, because it got deleted. Not by YouTube, because of copyright, but by me.
Yeah.
And this is where the rivalry between me and someone who's very thirsty came around.
Oh, no.
So, in 2018, I did a review of a Limp Bizkit album. And it's as bad as you can probably expect it being.
It's as bad
Do
as
you remember which album it was?
It was Chocolate Starfish.
Okay.
So
can we move on?
No, because this is channel history.
But
yeah, this is important. This is his heritage.
But
But the reason why that video is not here anymore is because of some weird stuff that was kind of going on. Some people were kind of being weird about my criticisms. This was people were just being fucking weird about that video, and frankly, I didn't want to thankfully, no death threats. Don't worry, this wasn't that.
Were you drawing fire from a group of misled youths who liked Limp Bizkit?
Yes.
Obviously, it'd be terrible, right? But could you imagine if enough people got angry about a negative review about fucking Limp Bizkit's Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water that they started sending you death threats?
There's plenty of other much better hills to die on,
I will say though, there were some people who did give fair criticism in the sense that because around this time I was watching a lot more music reviewers, and you guys have seen some of the videos with me as well. I will admit I did make that video a bit too much like someone else's in hindsight. It was just unintentional plagiarism, because so
I guess there's got to be at least.
It happens.
So, but yeah, because of that, I was like, you know what, fuck it. This video is not getting nearly as much attention as I wanted. That, and also the fact that the video is probably going to get struck down by copyright anyways, so I had to get rid of it. But out of that, I scrapped a Five Nights at Freddy's review instead. So that's where we get some of the review content that I did for a while. And it was kind of awkward because, again, keep in mind, this was still right before I was still able to... Keep in mind, I still had that shitty, office computer, even as late as 2018. So, keep in mind that, the frame rate was pretty bad. So, yeah. But thankfully all things would finally start working, because by the end of 2018, on my birthday, I finally got
Birthday.
an actual gaming computer. So
Jesus in heaven.
I
Get it.
yes, and you know what's funny about that?
What's up?
I still have that thing. So this computer right here was the computer that I used all the way up until literally earlier this year. This thing has been the lifeline and the thing that has helped me actually start putting out shit that I've been proud of, if I'm going to be honest. And if I'm going to be honest, I have nothing but the biggest thanks to the people who were able to help me get this, because oh my god, this has helped me, not even just for like, you know, YouTube stuff or even Twitch stuff. This has helped me actually get a lot of schoolwork done as well. So this thing has actually been this has been more than helpful multiple times. And this is where we start finally getting into some of the cooler shit that I did. So
Thank you, Sly's first gaming computer.
yes. Because we start to finally have proper cohesion and, you know, proper, you know, stuff I was able to play. I was able to finally play games that were, you know, on PC. Granted, I still
Like
didn't
real
know how
video
to...
games. Oh my goodness.
And would you look at that? Even as early as 2018, I was starting to finally get up to 1080p. Granted, I look
Some
like a
light
fucking
editing.
stoner in here, despite the fact that I never smoked, but...
I mean, so do I. Like, you guys see my face. You know how I look.
But yeah, this is also... Keep in mind, that room with the tapestry, that's the same wall. So, this went from being my bedroom to being like a personal office for me for like about a year. And this is where I just dedicated that entire time just working on videos, working on live streams, and just working on other projects. Which, of course, gets us into one of the projects that I've been leaving out for a little bit. So, Kai, you remember back in like not late, early to mid 2017? We talked about a specific project we wanted to do, right?
Yes, yes, I do remember that.
This was the birth of a little music project that I did called Teenage Robots.
Oh,
Teenage freaking robots, dude.
I might
So-
recall that name. Myself.
Yes. So 2018, that's where we started finally working on that specific project. And I do have a YouTube channel where I have all the first entirety of that first, like, you know, personal album was made. Unfortunately not the second one, because I just haven't had that much time to really pull the second one, but we'll get to the second one later. But around this time, we were working on our own music. Originally, we wanted to actually be like a proper rock band. And funny enough, Jeff Beard was a part of that project too. He was our dedicated drummer.
That's true.
And the only problem is that we couldn't find someone who was a bass. Like,
Couldn't
and
find your bassist. You
Yeah,
couldn't
we-
find your Chris Novoselic.
yeah, we couldn't find our bassist. And so basically what we decided to do was we're going to work on some of the more, you know, I guess you can kind of say softer songs first, and then worry about like the actual, like, you know, rock music like later.
Starting with soft rock.
Bullshit genre, Goldie. Goddamn. Bullshit genre. But no, we were... This was basically just a little bit of like a... It's originally started as like a bit of an emo-inspired thing. Because, well, even around this time, I was starting to kind of get into some more music, because in middle school I wasn't really like into music as much, funny enough, which is surprising considering what was to come later. But around that time I kind of went back and like listened to a lot of the Fall Out Boy, like the older Fall Out Boy records, and like the 2000s Green Day era stuff. And
Hell yeah.
hell, even kind of going back to stuff like MCR and, you know, 90s Weezer and stuff like that. And I was just kind of wanting to do a project that was like a dedicated homage to 90s and 2000s rock, because around this time is whenever I started to just greatly appreciate that era a lot for its music. I mean, I already liked, you know, some aspects of it. Obviously, I'm a 2000s kid, if you guys couldn't tell. But I wanted to finally get that figured out. And I wanted to make my own music project. So, originally 2016, me and Saimori, we started the project. Kai joined the project a few months later, as well as a few other people. We couldn't find a bassist, unfortunately. And so we ended up making our first song using a little acoustic strummings. Truth on Beckoning Songs of Time of Your Life. My Forgiveness. I'm not going to play the whole song, but this is the original version. And I sound like hot shit. Because I remember me and Kai, we fucking recorded this shit literally on like a random weekend. I think it was like around like what, November, December?
Time, yeah. But you get a little credit. You're not that bad, especially considering the fact that we literally just recorded it on a random weekend, just like in your little recording microphone. It's not terrible.
Let's step aside and listen to this for a minute.
God. Okay, I guess I'm just... Okay, we're gonna listen to the instrument.
Now, does that not look somewhat familiar for those who are initiated? Does that not look a little that?
What?
Well,
What?
Scroll up.
Well, no,
Scroll up.
no, chronological, Goldie, chronological. We're going in chronological order. By the way, personal friend of ours made this drawing. Shout out to them for that. They were a grade below me, so they just kind of helped me with that. So, but anyways, I guess I'm just I will admit, I guess I'm more proud of like the instrumental version I ended up making later down the line. You know, I mean, which of course
Pretty
then
good.
gets us into the fact that, well, okay, I'll talk about it later. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but you kind of get the vibe, right? It's kind of like a little ballad per se.
A little
You know.
simple but sweet little tune. Little keyboard piano tune.
Yeah, kind of like a. I think the biggest inspiration for this song, I think, was mostly, funny enough, Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day. That was kind of the main inspiration for this.
So it just stands the acoustic guitar.
Yeah, just kind of, because we originally did record it with an acoustic guitar. It's just the problem is that the acoustic guitar wasn't very great, as you can probably hear, as you probably heard.
Those were like 2 sizes too big for the neck, and yeah, it was a very.
Yeah, it was so awkward to like. I mean, it was a cheaper one too, so like if it was a Fender, then it would have been better. But you know, so I think you could probably see a bit of a pattern though, at least with these first 4-ish years. Like, is that I basically just didn't. I feel bad. It's just I feel like we were just kind of. I don't say rushing things, but like we just didn't really, or at least I didn't necessarily know what like type of equipment that I needed for what projects I wanted to do, and I was just kind of afraid to like go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, Kai probably knows specific details. Obviously, we're not going to get into like detailed details, but let's just say that like there was just a lot of background stuff that was going on at the time that just kind of restricted my ability to really unleash my full potential for what I could do, if that makes sense. Like,
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah, because robots, that was more of like it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. We just kind of jumped in. It wasn't something that we. I don't want to say we didn't think through, but it wasn't something that was really super planned out.
I
Well,
mean,
okay.
that's how a lot of good bands are started. To be honest, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I had some stuff planned out. It's just there was a lot of conflicts that kept popping up. Again, we couldn't find a bassist. We also even tried making a music video. Yes, we tried making a music video, and unfortunately, I had to scrap that idea because, like, I tried asking people, "Hey, do you want to help us with like this project that we're working on?" And we just kept getting a bunch of people not wanting to do it, and it was a big mess behind the scenes that, long story short, basically resulted in us trying to rush through this, and we haven't even got into like the worst of it. But let's backtrack a little bit, shall we? Let's go back to late 2018, because this is an important time. So, and we'll get to the other channels later, because... By the way, if you guys need to like take a break, feel free to let me know, because I don't want to feel like I'm keeping you.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
a good.
there's-
I might step away for like 5 minutes just so I can use the restroom, but I won't be gone super long.
All right, take your time.
I'm still sitting around.
Dang. But yeah, I guess it's good for you to at least kind of know the lore of 2010's me, right? So,
Yeah,
'cause-
so the whole lore, and here I am, like realizing that was probably some shit about 2010's me that you guys don't know.
I mean, you kind of told like a lot of the general stuff to me personally, but
You know,
Yeah.
the generalized details. I mean, I won't get into it here.
yeah,
as
obviously,
well,
I don't want to. Yeah. But yeah, no, those first 4 years were just fucking weird. Because keep in mind, I was in high school, going out of high school by that point, and so
the
you know,
beginning of young adultdom.
yeah, the kind of beginning of whenever I started actually becoming a man per se. And-
Never, man.
I guess I was just, admittedly, I guess I was trying to kind of get as much stuff as I wanted to get done before the end of the decade. Because I think that's like the best way to kind of describe, at least like that Teenage Robots project. Because, you know, I wanted to do stuff in the same decade as like some of the stuff that came
Everyone
out.
else.
Yeah, so everyone else. And so
You wanted to help continue that vibe, that sort of. Ooh.
oh no, I just wanted to release something. I just wanted to say that I released something in the 2010s.
Okay, I see. Just kind of a little, you know, just something that you and only you can be proud of yourself for. Okay, I see.
I'm so well. It was more than just that. I wanted to make an homage to, like I said, a lot of emo. Although, admittedly, we also made
Totally.
it a bit of a new metal-y sort of electronic thing as well. At least with the with
Totally
that first.
unselfish motivation.
I will admit I try to be as selfless. I actually do try to be as selfless as I can, but sometimes I could be a bit selfish.
I mean, we
So-
all can be. Everyone's got a selfish component about them.
Yeah, but at least I'm honest about it. At least I'm willing to tell the truth as it is.
When you're
So
being a loser, I'm gonna frickin' tell you.
actually, I kind of want to
Okay,
check something.
when you're boring the crowd, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I don't care about your feels.
I don't care about your feels.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you're being lame, if you're being a nerd, if you're being a loser, then you gotta go. I'm gonna tell you.
Loser, you're a loser.
Loser, you're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
That's actually a pretty
Hey.
good Hank Hill impression right there.
Is it?
I mean,
I'm like I live like very directly north from Texas, and I don't mean like north direct. Wait, no, saying that makes it sound like I live like in Oklahoma. I'm a northerner.
yeah,
I'm
suffice to
very
say,
north.
Goldie does not live in Oklahoma. Like,
I don't even live in the South. I'm closer to Canada than I am to Mexico. We'll put it that way.
fair enough.
So like that's surprising to me because I have zero blood connection to Texas. I almost said Tennessee. But I guess those two states are oh no. I was gonna say something that would have made people really mad at me.
Yeah, don't. We've already had so many controversies on this like channel. I don't want any more right now.
I was about to say that like Texas and Tennessee were kind of the same place, but they're not. So they have their culture. They have their cultural.
Yeah, they do.
Tennessee's got Nashville, and Texas has like a lot of what Texas has.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I should have pointed this out earlier. Around 2017, like 2018, excuse me. That's when I started getting this like library of games. Because I don't know if you saw like that bookshelf in the background of some of those.
That's when you were starting
Yep.
your collection,
Yes, because
your unhealthy collection.
Yeah, because this bookshelf right here, that's what I originally put my games in until we got this shelf right here. Well, and also the shelf back there as well, because I used this originally for both my games and my CDs. Because around 2016 was whenever I started collecting CDs, and 2018 was whenever I started collecting physical games. And yeah, that's kind of what that's all about right there. It's so weird that I still have those eyewitness books. What the like? I had those
Eyewitness
like
books.
since I had those since I was a kid. Like,
I mean, there's like so much shit around me in my room that has just been a part of my life forever, basically.
yeah,
I mean, you're talking to a guy who's still living in his childhood home, so
yeah,
hate to make it sound sad, but that's true. But won't get into it. But that's probably going to be changing next year. But
fair enough.
we're talking to a guy who grew up in the same house his entire childhood, so
Mhm.
I'm surrounded by shit that I grew up with.
You're surrounded by your own nostalgia.
Pretty much, except a lot of things have like updated, I guess.
Yeah,
I see the changes in my neighborhood, and I don't like them. Except they're not changes, it's just like new people moving in.
I'll pull that up because that's
Now
going to be
there's-
relevant later.
Now instead of the neighborhood being full of the elderly, it's full of young families. So take with that what you will.
I'll take that for what you will.
They're not loud. They're perfect. They're not. They're fine.
All right.
So
Hopefully Kai gets back here, so because we're getting closer to the
Kai gets
Twitch
back.
era. So
yeah, we can't continue the episode without Kai. So they better hustle.
well, and also it's gonna be important for them because we're gonna be talking about the fucking Sly Army podcast, and they've been in a lot of those episodes. So
Yeah, and I want to get into my stuff.
oh, very selfish of you.
We
Okay.
all have a degree of selfishness.
I mean,
Mine just so happens to be more than yours, okay? I'm sorry. That's just the way I was built, the way I was created, okay?
narcissist.
I'm a selfish person. You know this about me. You should have expected it when you became my friend.
Narcissist.
It's like, look. It's like that guy who it's like that guy, I don't even know if this is real because it's on Reddit, but it's like that Reddit story of it's like this guy's like girlfriend is mad at him because he has like a $2,000 Funko Pop collection. And he's
Ouch.
like, I don't understand why she's so upset. She knew this about me when she started dating me. Like, I don't know why she doesn't appreciate my collection. It's like, you knew this about me when you started dating me, that I had my Funko Pops.
Well, it's because you're collecting way too many of those. Like only collect the characters that you want. Which, speaking of, I don't know if you saw, but I recently added another figure to my collection over there. So, can you
Over where?
over in my on my shelf? Because you remember all the vinyl figures that I have back there, right? You know, Sly, Shantae, Fall Out Boy, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm not for context. I'm streaming like my screen for them, but I'm not streaming my webcam because I can't. Because only my webcam works with one program at a time. So you're gonna have to watch the stream for that one.
You're gonna have to watch
Alright,
that
my
vlog.
gamer assassins.
All right, welcome back. Goldie's trying to guess what new vinyl figure I bought.
Oh, I see.
Well, I can until I see the VOD, or until I wait long enough and...
I'm
have to
streaming the
stream
VOD
it.
right now.
But I don't see...
Do you not have like? Is it buffer? It's not buffery. I'm literally streaming my
Just-
webcam right now.
I'm just... Not your webcam, I just see your screen. Hold up, they stream at the NFL on Twitch?
Yes, they do, and that's pretty sad.
They do. Oh,
That's pretty fucking...
But yeah,
radical.
are you not gonna are you not gonna watch the stream so that you can actually guess what?
I see your Luna U2's figure.
I've had that one for a while. That's not what I was referring to.
God damn, I'm very unobservant. I don't know. I see Patrick Stump, I see Luna, I see Roxy, I see Sly Cooper, I see Foxy. I don't know who that fella is way up front. I don't know who that fella is out back in between Sly and Luna.
Wait, up
Oh, that's
front.
Shantae, I think.
Huh.
I'm looking at your Funko Pops. Like up
Yeah, we
front.
got
underneath
Revan, got
Fall Out Boy.
Foxy, got Anakin, Roxy, Sly, Shantae, Luna, Patrick Stump, Pete Wentz, and
And Pete Wentz hiding behind your water bottle.
with that water ball.
I don't see anyone else.
Jenny.
Where? Oh, that's who's up front. Now I see. Okay.
Literally in front of my boy.
yeah.
Come on.
I
See-
thought it was a
See,
shark.
any true Sly the Warrior fan would know that my life as a teenage robot is like in his top 5.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I know.
no, it's
I
my
thought that
favorite
was a
Nickelodeon
shark.
show, and it's on my top 5 favorite shows. Period. So
I thought it was a shark figurine. I'm sorry.
shut. How the fuck does that look like a shark?
Because like the top, the blue, it's like, you know, the top is like, you know, a shark head, and like one of the
Grab my water bottle. I'm not listening to your justification.
and the eyes from a distance looked like the teeth, like the shark opening his jaw, his mouth, his jaws.
I'm smelling some copium right now.
I'm not coping. I'm
Yes,
perfectly
yes.
handling the situation fine.
Goldie, I didn't hear a single thing that you said, but it was probably coping.
It's just that, whatever.
2019! We're going to the end of the decade. So, obviously I made some videos in between then. I even started the Halloween extravaganza in late 2018, but, well, I don't do that anymore. But this was a big year, the big kahuna year, as I dare call it, because this was the year that I finally transitioned over to Twitch. But before we did that, we started a very important series on the channel called the Sly Army Tier Lists. Kai know exactly what they are, and Goldie knows what it is because you were on multiple episodes.
Never heard of it, but I totally have heard of it, and it's pretty freaking radical.
Yes, the first episode that I did was with our good old friend Flatfoot on January 22nd, 2019.
Flatfoot Joe.
So we basically took 2 hours talking about how much Black Ops 4 sucked and comparing it to previous games and how we can fix Call of Duty as a franchise. So
a lot of the time, only like handful of YouTubers I've noticed
What?
have been calling them
Jimmy
out.
Neutron.
And
because that was his profile picture at the time.
They should be releasing more content.
Jimmy Neutron. I mean, Jimmy's a smart
I
fella,
paid
so he's a good role
$100.
model. But
Where's my content? You know, like especially
where's my
since,
cut?
especially since the game
Yeah,
itself
Treyarch, like-
alone is so shallow.
Yes,
For crying out
'cause-
loud, the menu screens, the main menus are a joke. Like, let's
Yeah,
just
the
be real,
menus in
the
Black
main
Ops
menus
4 are really
joke
bad.
compared to even BO3. Like,
So
you can.
by
admit
the way,
that now, right?
all
So bad.
it shouldn't surprise anyone that like all these videos that we've had so far have been privated. But I will be like, I think I should probably announce this now, because I obviously uploaded every single tier list. But I'm also gonna try to make sure that I re-upload every single one of the Sly Army podcasts in full 1080p and with fixed audio. Hopefully within the next few years. So that'll be pretty nice. But yeah, no, this is our first episode. Again, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you guys can probably get the gist. We're basically just talking about how much I messed up on my Black Ops 4 review. And, well,
Yeah.
we just talked about how much better Call of Duty was. So, but yeah.
Call of Duty was pretty good back in the day.
Okay, but at least I actually had, bullet points, and I'm not one of those weirdos that just kind of did whatever. But
You don't just hate everything that's new.
I don't just hate everything that's new. And hell, there are even some games that I don't like within the Call of Duty series that are old as fuck. I mean, I still think Modern Warfare 2 Classic is overrated. It's not a bad game, it's overrated, but that's the point. But
It's not a bad
anyways,
game, it's just
you're gonna be
embarrassing
jealous
that
though,
people
Goldie,
even
because guess what?
consider-
We did a podcast episode talking about Dookie of Green Day.
You talked about my second favorite album of my favorite band without me, and you didn't even consider to ask me.
So yeah, we
Like, before you even knew me. You didn't even consider to seek me out and look for me.
Unfortunately, though, as much as like the podcast series is great, there is unfortunately one episode that we did lose. And granted, it's not like the biggest loss in the world, but it is an annoying one because I just so have happened to have started the podcast series around the time where we were supposed to do a project, like a podcast project for class. And well, unfortunately, that video got copyright struck because YouTube's copyright
Your
system
company's
sucks
throwing
fucking ass, and they don't like people playing music from the 1930s still. So
Yeah.
It'll be 100 years old pretty soon, so don't worry.
So, unfortunately, that video was lost media, but unfortunately, not by
Luckily.
choice. I was forced. Thankfully, I did not lose the grade on it because I proved to my teacher that it did, in fact, exist. So, I thankfully did not lose points. So, shout out to my, professor
Shout
on
out
that.
to Mr. Professor, what's his face?
Yeah.
You did a good
Yeah,
job.
shout out Dr. Professor, what's his name or whatever.
Dr. Professor
Yes.
Patrick.
So, but yeah, very important that we started the Slimy podcast because, I mean, yeah, we don't do it anymore, and obviously, very, very, very different to how it was in later years, but still a very big thing, especially since, I like to do it. Admittedly, you know what? I kind of miss the Slimy podcast, if I'm going to be honest. But it's
I
just,
do too sometimes.
it's just, it just took a while to do, like, researching topics that I wanted to talk about. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
So,
but
but
such, you know,
yeah, such as everything else. But yeah,
such as
basically,
every-
but yeah, 2019 eventually, I stopped streaming on my main channel. Well, except right now, as you can clearly see, because I'm streaming on my like
your
the
main
old
channel.
on the channel right here. Hey, hello, I am not dead.
Hi.
Don't worry. But I moved over to Twitch around, I think it was May of 2019, and
Twitch was picking up steam at that time.
Twitch
I
was
remember
also picking up
correctly.
steam on the general audience, and I basically kind of wanted to, because I noticed that I liked doing more live stream content more than I did making like video content at the time, and I don't know, I just like being able to like interact with people while in chat. I like that human connection more than just kind of the static making a video and then uploading it and then just kind of talking after the fact. I like having that live discussion. And so I wanted to do,
We
I
like breaking
moved-
down barriers. We like having discussions.
yes. And well, of course, Twitch audience, hi, hello.
Hi.
But this brings us back to Wizard 101. Because
It's back.
on my Twitch, that was my initial first major playthrough, was both Wizard 101 and Pirate 101. That was kind of the thing that I wanted to do. So I was basically kind of going back to like the earlier stuff and basically was like, hey, I like Wizard 101, I just haven't done it in a while, and I don't want to be locked to just doing first-person shooters. Let's go back to this game, especially since it's about to get like a massive, huge overhaul update. I want to make sure that I get like the early part of the game, finished before they completely like change it up. So I did that, and regrettably, I had to delete it
Oh.
because I forgot to save a few of the streams because I'm someone who likes to try to save as much as I can. Because I don't.
Yeah.
Granted, there are streams that I'm willing to just let go, and I don't save every single one of my streams. But Let's Plays, tier lists, podcasts, those I have to save because those are more.
We love archiving.
Yeah, those are more. Well, those are just more engagement it's just more engaged with like either a narrative thing or it's something like this where we're just kind of discussing something, right? And
Right.
so that hurt me big time. Like, I was so pissed. Granted, keep in mind that this was also around the time that I was not where I originally was doing all of this. And this is the only place that people know where I was during certain times, because I was in Florida at the time. From August to November of 2019. I was in Florida for reasons I definitely don't want to get into. But
Reasons.
point is I was starting to get attention in the summer of 2019. I streamed, a shit ton of Wizard Empire 101 and even a few other games occasionally. Hell, funny enough, there's a website called Stream Charts that documents every single stream that has been made by anyone within the past like 5.5 years. And so, in a theoretical sense, I could check to see what exactly I streamed on what day, which is just insane to think about. So
let's take a gander.
hold on, let's check out the streams. So what did I stream back in 2019? It goes only as far back as like June. So Wizard 101, Black Ops, Wizard 101, Wizard 101, Wizard 101, Wizard 101, Wizard 101, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 2, Wizard 101, Wizard 101, Wizard 101, Black Ops. Just a lot of Wizard 101 in like July, June, July, August. That game I was on. Well, here's the thing. That was the game that first got me into PC gaming. And so that's why I chose it as my main playthrough. So that, and also I spent way too much fucking money on that game. Don't fucking spend as much money as I did. Holy shit. But yeah, you even see here that like I was slowing down because of the Florida stuff. But, it is what it is.
That Florida heat.
But I picked back up in December of that year, so I'd say I ended the year pretty strong. Hell, that was around the time when we finally released the actual full album of, Teenage Robot's New Beginnings. So, because keep in mind, this was also getting delayed multiple times, and me being in Florida really didn't help things at all. I mean, me and Kai had to do so many voice calls for that entire period just to make sure that we were working on shit. And, well, you probably heard by the music here. It's not extremely natural because this was made on FL Studio.
Right.
So, unfortunately, me wanting to have been a proper band was not gonna happen. That being said, some of these tracks I still think actually are pretty cool. Granted, I prefer the instrumentals of these because I just don't like I think I've just realized I don't think I like my singing voice. But like some of these songs do fucking go hard. Like just listen to.
If you do say so yourself.
Like, come on, listen to this. Like, this goes fucking hard. Let me see if I can find like a... No, I'm not hearing myself sing. I'm not hearing myself sing.
My machine?
Hold on. Where's the the instrumental version? Oh god, that's loud.
Oh.
Hold on.
It maybe went a little too hard.
Hold on, how do I turn down the volume on this? Okay, do you know how to turn down the volume for this, or... Oh, here it is. This is my favorite part, by the way.
It's like boss music.
See, like...
Like
as terrible as the circumstances are involving this first album that we did, I'm at least glad that it exists. Cause
You're glad that you were able to make something.
Make something and at least make stuff that, in hindsight, I'm actually a lot more proud of than like a lot of the stuff that I did even before this. Because again, I made this by myself. Like, just compare this to what all the stuff we just talked about, especially in my first few years. Oh my god, I've improved so much as far as like being able to make something. Granted, you know, this is more audio based and not video based, but the fact that I was able to get something like this, like,
Yeah, it's huge.
yeah, that's fucking huge.
It's good.
So
About something, you know, like to just create something despite, like,
Mm.
just despite everything.
yeah,
You
despite
would go big on.
despite the bullshit that was going on at the time. And again, all I'm just gonna say is that it just involved a lot of relative drama. That's all I'm gonna just extend it from there. Despite all of that, I'm glad we were able to pull it off. And again, thank you so much, Kai, for helping me with that, because holy shit, that was so bad.
I was happy to assist.
So, but yeah. So, I think that wraps up the 2010s. Like, broadly speaking.
What a decade.
Yeah, a decade for us. Well, maybe not between you and me, but definitely like everyone else here. So what about 2020? Well, if I'm going to be honest, 2020, if I'm going to be honest, despite the first half of it also unfortunately being pretty rocky, yeah, I'd say starting around like June, July, that's kind of where I started to kind of finally figure out the direction that I truly wanted to have for just
Figure out what I wanted,
because
who I wanted to be.
Because around this time, not around this time, but like in 2019, I finally got a device that allowed me to do all of the shit that allowed me to stream any console that I wanted. The Elgato HD 60S.
The Elgato.
So
Elgato emulator.
it's not an emulator, it's a video encoder.
The Elgato video encoder.
So this allowed me to be able to play not just PlayStation 4 games, but also, or stream those, but also PlayStation 2, 3, and Xbox 360 games. So, and Wii games, but I needed to get a cord for that, and I haven't done that yet. Maybe in the future. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But point is that around August, September of 2020, I started to really take advantage of this thing. Because yeah, I may have done a few videos talking about some console exclusive games, but September of 2020 was definitely, I feel like, the beginning of everything now, truly. Because two big things came out of that month. Number one, single player September. Which, as you see, in the entirety of September, there was not a single day that I did not stream. I streamed the entire month. Every single day. But it was games that I consider to be my favorites of all time. So, in September of 2020, I streamed Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, Shantae Half Genie Hero, the original Ratchet and Clank, and Halo Combat Evolved. Staples of me personally, but also of just the content that I've made. Like, most people who, like, obviously, you know, Sly the Warrior, Sly Cooper, obviously. Like, no question about that. But, well, truth be told, I didn't really talk about some of the other games that I grew up in my childhood until this point. Mostly because I couldn't I couldn't record them until this point because I didn't have the equipment. So, but now that I had the equipment, I was able to finally, spread the love of some of my favorite games of all time. And I did,
Yeah, spread the good word.
and it was awesome. Granted,
For the love of the games that shaped you.
granted, I did also play a game that I didn't end up liking that much, Shadow of the Colossus. But because of this, that's how I was able to get my Twitch affiliate. So obviously, because of that, that was amazing. But more importantly,
a landmark.
so yeah, a landmark for us. The fact that I was able to get a Twitch affiliate, that was a big deal for me. And so, and I'm forever thankful that I was able to do that. But not only that, but there's one other big important thing that came out of September of 2020. The day after my birthday.
Happy birthday.
We started probably the thing that has defined my content in the past 4 years. So, and you guys know it, you guys love it.
We know, we love.
This was the beginning of the Sly Army tier lists.
My Army tier list.
Yeah.
So,
Season 1, Episode 1. Play it out.
So, this is how the stream began. The first words of that fateful night, September 29th, 2020. The second take of this podcast, and I have some blaming to do. Oh shit. I will not say who to blame, but either way. Oh yeah, because your fucking mic, Kai. Your mic was not working the first few minutes. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to delay the stream because of that. How dare you?
How dare you?
But all jokes aside, this was the beginning, truly, of everything. Because here's my idea of what this was. Originally, this was actually supposed to be a spin-off of, or not spin-off. It was supposed to be another episode of the Sly Army podcast that we were doing. Hence the same similar title. And we were doing and my thought process was, I've been seeing a lot of people do a lot of tier lists because 2019, 2020, that's when tier lists really blew up. But my logic here was, a lot of people were just kind of not basically my main criticism of a lot of tier list videos that people were doing is that they didn't really explain why they put them in the tiers that they did. They just threw them on there and it was just done. And not only
they were very quick and fast.
Yeah.
During the early eras.
Yeah, and not only that, but also a lot of the tier lists just didn't have, I feel like, enough stuff in it, if that made sense. Let me look up look up a good example of a tier list from 2020. So is there any that you guys can think of off the top of your heads, or from because
was I around? Well, I wasn't around 2020, so.
Well, no, I mean from other people, not by us.
Oh, from other people.
Okay.
I guess
not ones that don't really go into detail.
Videos. Yeah.
I guess Cartoon Network tier list. Let me see. But that was basically just. That was kind of my criticism. Because I like the idea of tier lists. I mean, obviously, so because I've done a lot. It's just
other YouTubers do as well.
But my main criticism was just the fact that a lot of the tier lists didn't really have enough quite yet. Although, okay, this one's pretty fucking filled, to be fair, but I guess it was just also the fact that, like, I was kind of worried that I was going to forget something. Cause you know people online are gonna fucking bug you until like you fucking mention where you would put in a tier list. Because I had that experience happen on my DeviantArt. And I can even show you the fucking things. Cause like I did like the judging memes back in like 2017, 2018 on DeviantArt. Cause that's kind of also where I was inspired from the tier lists. Was funny enough on DeviantArt. Cause I did.
Because people would post.
Yeah, because I was one of those people who. Yeah, because I was one of those people back then who posted like the old judging memes, and I still have those posted. Granted, I don't know where they would, like, or at least I think I still have them posted. Shit,
Dude,
do I
it's
not?
you.
Do I not?
Look, it's you right there.
Hold on, let me check the
It's you.
stash. Yes, that's me.
In reindeer form.
No,
Oh, dude.
don't
myself
fucking
into a
say that
reindeer.
ever again. I swear to God.
You posted it.
Okay, but like, whatever. Shit, I don't have it. I don't have them anymore. Fuck. Okay. But like, basically, I originally posted like a judging meme where basically it was, like I originally posted like a judging meme where like both Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney Channel, and I kept getting a bunch of fucking people asking, "Oh, what about this show? What about that show? What about this? What about that?" It's like, okay, fine, I'll just put them all on a tier list. Do like, you know, a month's worth of research.
Gym partner Funky.
Yeah, like bullshit. Like, you know, just I decided, you know what? Fuck it. People are gonna fucking ask me regardless. So that's why my lists are so long, because I'm not forgetting something. So that's why the tier list is long, because we cover everything, so that
Every.
we don't have assholes like being nitpicky for us. So, but yeah, in all seriousness, though, it's also just because it's just kind of funny to talk about like some of the more obscure things, and even bring up some cool obscure things, anyways. So, but yeah, no, we've got some funny classic moments on this stream, including the alien ant farm.
Alien ant
Self-
farm.
which I
Smooth
really
criminal.
Going and see.
Where's the? Here we go. Your classic rant on the alien ant farm. So,
I don't like it very much.
hold on.
Bad.
Alien ant farm.
F. Like, God. Hot take for y'all. Their cover of fucking Smooth Criminal, not that great. I don't like it very much.
Don't listen to him. It was actually not that bad.
Not that great.
Here I go. I'm doing clicks of mouse right.
Oh my
God damn it,
god.
I was about to go fast, but I'm sorry. I just alien ant farm.
I mean, it is a dumb name.
I'll put it in.
Ding, 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 ding.
Shut the
So yeah, like we had some classic moments on here. Oh yeah, my Limp Bizkit. Oh, people were pissed with my like 21 Pilots. Cause here's the thing is,
Yeah, I remember this.
well, yeah, cause like someone was in the same call as you, and they fucking like had their fucking say in it. Like, was it like?
I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Shino, because I know she's a.
No, it wasn't Shino. It was. Hold on. Sorry, I have timestamps, but they're not. Oh wait, no, I do have the timestamp. Okay, here we go.
You know another rap rock band that deserves D tier, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
What's up?
Oh shoot, you're loud. 21 Pilots. I hate 21 Pilots because
You do.
Yeah, who the fuck was that? Like, Did you hear that, guy?
I
Hold
hate
on, let me-
21 Pilots
Hold up.
because I'm sorry. It's
Like, who the fuck was that?
Hold on, shit, it's loading. Okay, hold on, let me turn my TV up.
Oh my,
Man?
oh my god.
I hate 21 Pilots because
Like,
I'm hearing someone.
Oh, you know what? That might have been my friend Rachel. It could also have been my friend Lacey. There's definitely a female voice. So it was probably Rachel or Lacey.
tell them to apologize to me.
It's been like 4
Hey.
years.
Okay, I don't care. I have feelings, you know.
Hey, you remember 4 years ago when I said how much I hated it, when my friend said how much he hated 21 Pilots?
He wants his apology.
But point is there were definitely a lot of classic moments on this. And honestly, because of that, I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to make this a spin-off. I'm going to make this into a spin-off, into its own series from the podcast. So, and well,
Kind of like how The Simpsons was a spin-off of the Tracy, it was a short on the Tracy Ullman show, and then became much bigger than the thing it span off from.
you just insulted my series by comparing this to The Simpsons. Especially
What do you
considering,
mean?
especially when you consider The Simpsons in the past 25 years.
Okay, yeah, but
How dare you?
oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to be nice to you. This is how I'm treated.
It's not just you. If it was anyone else, I'd give him shit for it.
If it was anybody else, I would have told them they were stupid. I treat everyone equal. Okay.
I do treat everyone equally. I make fun of
I'm
Saimori as
not
much as
trying
I
to,
do to
single
you.
out.
So
I'm not trying to single you out, but if anybody was dumb enough to say something that's stupid, I would have called them out. Okay.
anyways, let's move on. So yeah, 2020, pretty big year.
Good year.
Rest
For
of the
your,
year,
for your content. For your content.
yeah, for the content, because 2020 was kind
Everything
of
else.
fucking,
Well,
yeah, it was a shit fucking year for many different reasons, including stuff that I've talked about in our podcasts, which obviously go watch our re-uploaded podcasts whenever I get the chance to do that, because yeah, no, it was a terrible year in many different
Terrible.
ways. So
anyone who says that they liked 2020 was in cryostasis for that year.
well,
That's what the fuck
2021.
you remember Futurama?
All right,
Exactly.
2021, funny enough, I didn't actually stream as much, but, well, the 2019 problems were coming back again around this time. And I don't want to get into too much, but let's just say that 2021, at least for me personally, was probably one of the roughest, if not the roughest years that I've ever had. Because I'm just gonna be frank, and I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it as much here. Even though I had a lot of cool things happen, obviously we started a podcast, we did the tier list series, we were able to get an album done. 2018 to 2021, just the late 2010s going into the early 2020s, was pretty rough for me personally.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit drama going on behind the scenes.
And I'm just going to be frank, it was kind of reaching a big boiling point around 2021, and as you can see, I didn't really stream as much as a result. And let's just say that it just kind of hit me a little bit. So
Yeah.
but not to really dwell on that too much, there were actually a few things that came out from 2021 that were pretty decent. So within these past few years, I started to get into two big things: Warhammer and Hell of a Boss. So those were kind of two things that were popping up, and of course are big staples of the channel, as I have so many books and have done several streams throughout this time of me just doing painting miniatures. And of course, you know, Hell of a Boss being the show that really did prove to me that adult animation could be something that could be a viable thing.
It could be on like straight up like it could actually be of quality, and that
Yes.
internet animation like a
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
something people haven't really seen in a long time, where it was kind of like a grassroots operation almost
Yeah.
in the
Right,
modern
yeah.
day, which is something that we had, which now we thankfully see a lot of, but in the past, 20, 30 years in the world of animation prior to that,
hmm
we really haven't.
Right.
Yeah.
See a
I
lot
mean,
of big animated projects like that weren't from like Disney or
Well-
fucking Pixar or DreamWorks or whatever.
I guess I was just referring to in the sense of like it being from like the adult animation sphere, because you guys know how much I despise a lot of adult animation shows. Because if I'm going to be
You
honest,
hate adult animation, and honestly, even though I am someone who likes adult animation, I totally can't blame you for hating it.
well, yeah,
I
because
hate it too,
well-
but I love it.
I guess my point
Right.
is that this and the Castlevania animated show, those were the two things that kind of proved to me around this time that, yeah, no, this is something that I can at least somewhat get into. Granted, it's got to be a very specific style, because both of those shows kind of have not similar styles, obviously, but like they kind of have. They have a thing.
A vibe.
They have a
They have a
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah.
And
They have a vibe.
they have a vibe, and that's the type of vibe that I want from adult animated shows.
Yeah.
So
See, for me, that show was BoJack Horseman. I won't rant too BoJack, but man, what a good
But-
show.
So yeah, Hell of a Boss and Warhammer, specifically Age of Sigmar, funny enough, not 40k, I was really getting into around this time. And hell, we even played a game of AOS during spring break for us this year, I think. So, Kai. Yeah, because I had the Realm of Chaos box, because you played as Korn, I played as Slanesh. So,
Right, yeah, that was when you were hanging with Rachel and Sheena and myself.
yeah, because for context, Goldie, I had to like go out of the dorms for like a week. Which, by the way, college years, I should have mentioned that. It should be pretty obvious. This was around whenever I was in college. But they closed the dorms during the spring break, which was just fucking stupid. And so I had
It does seem kind of crazy.
So I had to like. Originally, I was going to go on a road trip with a cousin of mine, but those plans fell out, and so I had to jump between both Dylan/Zombie's place and with Kai. Like it was something, but
Yeah. I remember the next day after that, we went to we got Mexican Villa for dinner. Went to my fucking
Ooh.
dad's place.
yeah, we got some cool Mexican food. But
Get some food from Dad's house.
yeah, that was definitely time. But there is one very important thing that came out of 2021 that you may love it, you may fucking despise it, but if I'm gonna be honest, really did kind of help me out personally. And funny enough, it was already part of something that we already talked about earlier. So, because yes, this was the year of FNAF Security Breach.
Oh.
So, which,
Which
funny enough, I
You-
would not reveal. That actually wouldn't really come to play to the channel until 2 months after the game released. Because, well, in 2022,
FNAF out.
on Valentine's Day of 2022, I released my most infamous tier list. And people so, which, 2021, I will admit there were some other tier lists from 2021 that were pretty cool. Like, emo bands, we did Nickelodeon, which are classics. But this fucking tier list.
This fucking. What about the redo?
This took me 6 hours to do. Do you really want me to redo this whole fucking tier list?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
If I'm
redid the
redoing it, you
fictional
guys are
crush-
joining me on it then.
We
So.
did the fictional crush tier lists.
No, this is the fictional crush tier list. We did
Exactly.
the crossover ship. There's a
Oh,
difference.
yes. Well, then we gotta redo this one. Valentine's Day is in a couple months.
Exactly.
God.
It'd be perfect.
But point is that obviously, if you guys have been paying attention, like obviously, during like the earlier half of like the stuff I was doing, I was in high school, and I'm not gonna lie, I had two major big crushes in high school: Shantae and Jenny. So obviously that's why they're up there. But you see the final character at that top tier. That's where the security breach comes in.
Really?
No, Roxy, how do you not fucking see? God, you're blind. You're fucking blind.
I'm not blind.
Dude, no wonder why you're wearing shades. God, you're just hiding the fact that you can't see
Oh.
shit. God.
I just want to look cool.
These future's so bright, he's gotta wear shit.
I am so bright.
But yes, this was the tier list that I came out of the closet and admitted that Roxy's cool.
You came out of the Roxy closet. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Shino gave me so much shit for this tier list, by the way. Like,
My question is, when did you notice that I came out of the Roxy closet? Wait, did I just do just that? No, I've worn it.
you've
on
said
my
it.
sleeve.
You've said it before. But point is why do I make this a big deal for me and with this character? Well, again, as I mentioned, 2018 to 2021, shitty fucking time in my life. I'm just gonna be frank. Some of the worst years, if not the worst years of my entire life. I just kind of wanted a bit of an emotional support because I just never really felt like I had too much of that in my entire life, at least from because and I don't know I don't know if you guys here's the thing though. I don't know if you guys have noticed, and this is not me. By the way, this is something that I'm comfortable talking about like on here because I've talked about it before, so it's not like it's something that's like
Oh, it's a
new
big
news.
secret.
But I never really had I never really had a lot of like friends in high school that just so happened to have been like girls or like even middle school. Cuz like I don't know like if you remember Kai, like that just never really was like a thing.
On the table, yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, there were a few, but, like, I had a lot more guy friends than I had, like, female friends. And so, I guess Roxy just kind of helped
Fill that void a little.
fill that void a little bit as much as it possibly can. And it's not that, like, I'm uncomfortable around girls. Trust me, I'm just gonna be frank right now. If you're someone who just straight up doesn't like being around girls and you're just a straight up sexist, get the fuck out of my fucking channel. You're a piece of shit. Don't be a fucking incel. But
Don't be
Yeah,
weird.
we don't want you here.
so, but I get that just never really was it basically was just kind of there for like kind of helping me kind of go through that. Because admittedly, and it should be pretty obvious, Jenny was kind of the same way for me for like middle and high school. So, but point is that like that's kind of why I make that a big deal. And well, I mean,
Right.
where's the meme?
In the
There it is.
freeze to cut these lips. I love you.
Fucking Claudio Sanchez.
Thanks,
Legend.
Claudio.
But yeah, obviously we can joke around a bunch of that stuff, but if I'm gonna be honest, that stream really was just kind of the beginning of like 2022 being a much better year. And well, truth be told, I did pretty well in 2022 as far as like streaming content is concerned. I streamed a bunch of stuff involving Minecraft, so many single player playthroughs. I played through the rest of the Ratchet and Clank trilogy. I played through, Sly 3. Sly 1 I played through, or Sly 2 I played in 2021, which is my favorite game of all time, but admittedly kind of awkward, kind of being in the middle of everything. And well, this is around the time when me and Goldie met, so this is your time to finally shine. So
how do we go about this? How do we format this?
How
do we format?
Should we talk about it? Because I feel like if it's
like
not
enough
gonna...
time has passed where I don't think anyone's really gonna hold us any hard feelings.
Okay, so okay, I'll lead it. So long story short, so obviously Roxy came into my life, and I was starting to watch a lot of Roxy or just FNAF Security Breach collected. And by the way, that's kind of how that got me back into FNAF, because for a few years there, I just tried to avoid FNAF because of a lot of the controversies and, well,
the game quality and lore story.
Yeah, the game quality got fucking terrible after a while. And, well, Security Breach was kind of iffy with a lot of people, but it was a game that I respect because of its, art direction and its, visual presentation, and even taking inspiration from games like Alien Isolation, even if a bit more basic. So that's kind of why, like, I gravitated towards Security Breach, which is weird because I'm someone who doesn't like 80s pandering nostalgia, and that's what Security Breach is.
No, you fucking hate the 80s.
Yeah, I fucking hate the 80s. It's like the bane of my okay, there's many banes of my existence.
I'm not a big 80s enjoyer.
Yeah, that's why I only cover shit from the 90s to now. But anyways,
it depends for me.
Point is that I was getting into a lot of that, and there was a channel that we followed that I'll keep their name anonymous here. But basically, me and Goldie joined a voice acting project. We were working on, we joined a voice acting project.
It was sort of a web series, a web animated series. Sly, I forgot what you joined. Did you join as a writer as well? I think.
No, I was. So Goldie was a writer, and I was originally assigned as the voice for the staff bots.
Yeah, I joined it as a writer because should I get into it a little bit? Like,
well, let me explain the concept first, because basically it was a alternate universe of the events of Security Breach being retold because, well, people didn't necessarily vibe with the storytelling of the game, and that was one of the main criticisms, besides the fact that it was broken at launch. Get your fucking launches right. Anyways.
Get your launches right, guys.
So, and, well, that's why people gravitated towards that project, is because we wanted to have a better told story, because we liked the concept, because the execution could have been better.
Yeah,
So
we just didn't appreciate it.
So so yeah, he joined as a writer, I joined as a voice actor. Eventually, I got all the way up to being a mod for that project, for the server, which was pretty nice. But let's just say that things kind of dragged on a bit too long. Like there was just a lot of miscommunication that was going on, a lot of just confusion as to when deadlines were needed to be met, and just a lot of uncertainty as to what was going on.
A lot of it was miscommunication. Was a lot of the issues that we faced,
hmm
and it just kind of wound up. Eventually, it kind of just wound up being too much for pretty much everybody to handle, you know. And I think just coupled with everybody else having, lives of their own, just kind of one of those situations where,
It was just a lot of it was just a lot of hearsay, and it didn't help that the only periods that we would have been active was during the summer, because a lot of people were either working or they were still in school.
yeah.
And so, because I had to carry that project for the latter half of the the time that I was even kind of around. But regardless, I'm still glad, like, despite the stuff that happened in there and like some of the weird, game of telephone that kept happening, I'm still glad that I joined it. And of course, you wouldn't be here with us here if I
I
didn't.
would not be here. I'd probably be, Jesus Christ, I don't know where I'd be. So, should I explain sort of my end of things, just sort of where I came from?
Yes, you can.
Sort of,
Yeah.
like,
Go ahead.
so I joined that project as a writer because over the past, what year was this again? 2022?
2022.
2022. Over the past couple of years up to that point, I had always had an interest in cartoons and, not so much music at the time, definitely now, but cartoons and video games and movies, film. At that time, Jesus Christ, I don't know what I was thinking of doing with my life at that time. I was kind of just in a weird spot.
Mhm.
But, I wanted to work on a writing project. I watched this person's content, their animations. I had gotten in, it was a similar situation to Sly when it came to FNAF, whereas I was really into it when it first came out. I was watching all the videos of Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and all these videos of YouTubers playing it, and I really got into it. But then, sort of, once I reached high school, I kind of fizzled out because I kind of got sick of it,
Mhm.
and just sort of, it was not seen as cool. It was seen as kind of nerdy to be into FNAF, and I was the kind of kid that
Yeah,
in high
because it was
school I kind
around.
of gave into a lot of peer pressure.
Yeah,
I
because
kind
that
of
was the era.
bottled down a lot of my.
That was the era of cringe culture, which thank God we're no longer in as much. Unfortunately, we're
Yeah,
we're in the
thank
era
God
of a
that's
different problem,
mostly
but
died.
let's not get into that problem right now.
But we digress.
You
But
know.
I had kind of gotten real into Security Breach again because maybe it's because this was just right around the time where I started to come out of the closet and I kind of became a furry. At that time, it was that
Floofer. So, little.
I am. You make it sound dirty, but anyways.
little
But anyways.
little fluff ball. So.
I am a little fluff ball. But I don't even know how long I had been a furry then, because originally, I started drawing anthro characters as a joke, but then it sort of turned into what it is now, so take with that what you will. But maybe it was because I was starting to become a little more comfortable with being a furry and whatnot, but I really got into Roxy. I really got into her character. I found myself relating to a lot of her sort of self-esteem issues, I guess you could call it. But I digress. I joined the project because I had wanted something better for that character, and I wanted to use the writing
knowledge that I had to try and make something like that happen. But also, I wanted to learn more. I wanted to work with people because I'd never worked with people on a writing project. It was always just me alone in my room, drawing and writing, and none of my friends growing up, good guys, good guys to grow up with, but none of them were into art. None of them drew. None of them wrote. They liked movies, they liked cartoons, they liked video games, but they didn't really take much stock into like creating some of that kind of content themselves, and that's fine. They were into other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to be in a group of people that were creative and were into the same things as I was. And at around this time, I had basically become kind of the guy in high school who stayed in the hometown. Like everybody kind of went off to college, and it was kind of just me. I've been kind of lonely through that whole time.
So you
And
basically just wanted to have like that as like the project be a conduit for a lot of being able to interact with people and just to kind of help make a character
yeah,
that has a good base and make them even like better in a way.
exactly, and hopefully use that as a learning experience and I guess networking to some degree
Mhm.
to my own characters that I created. You know, advice to become a better artist as well, and so on and so forth. And while it was sad that the project kind of fell through, I don't even know how this happened, but I became real good friends with Sly. I don't even remember how it happened. It's like kind of
Well, I
blur, but
remember we were having one of our like voice chat meetings for the project. Excuse me. And I was already kind of talking with Phantom at the time cuz like and I think by the time that the VC started to kind of get reduced to me and you and like a few other people, that's kind of whenever I started feeling more comfortable talking cuz I am not the type of person who likes engaging in conversation that much cuz like I'm willing to acknowledge I'm an introvert as fuck. So,
yeah, and it's like I can't even remember what compelled me to join and like how we used to. I mean, I know why we got along, but I just can't even remember the specifics, which is kind of strange. But we just became. All I know is we became really good friends, and I was introduced to Hi and Saimori and other people in the group, and
mhm.
and it just kind of blew up from there. And now
Oh,
I
I
guess
think
I kind of
we were
migrated.
coming up with like similar ideas for how we wanted the project going, and then after that we kind of talked about um
Sort of why. I think it was like we started getting into like
All of mine.
because we had similar ideas of what we wanted Roxy as a character to be like, and I think our motivations, like the emotional attachment that we had, stemmed from a similar place.
well,
Like
I think
we sort of
yeah, but like I think after we kind of talked about that, I then started playing a lot of like the game like I started playing a lot of games on that server, and I think you kind of took an intrigue with like what I was playing. Yeah, which by the way, that still happens to this day, where it's like
it still happens to this day.
I occasionally still
Still
stream
happens.
something, and then you comment on like half the things in the game, which it's funny by the way. Don't worry. So
I mean, it's what I do when I'm watching
you're a
games on
very
video too.
observant.
Like
You're a very observant person.
I mean, it's what I do by myself too. I hope you all know that. Like when I'm watching videos, like I will comment on shit. I will give it color commentary, even if it's
Yeah.
commentated gameplay. So like, like that's just what I d- that's just what I do. And like Sly, while you were making like very very rough around the edges let's play content, I was just playing games and talking to myself. And I still kind of do that sometimes. So like
You know what?
it's I just
We need to make a YouTube
I
channel for
just
you. We need to make a channel where you just kind of watch someone play and you just kind of comment around it. I want to see how
I
what that
don't know.
does.
I don't want to make like just pure React content though. Like I want it to be like
No, I
I
mean it
would
would be
prefer it to be more
like
or do you mean like when Charlie like when Critical does like when
like
he used to do like YouTube night and stuff like that?
no,
Or,
more like I
YouTube
guess something
Friday,
more like
whatever.
Game Grumps, where it's like you have like one of the guys playing a game and they just kind of comment around it, like something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Or like Oni, like Game Grumps or like Oni plays.
Yeah, like something like
Like,
that.
Super Mega.
I've considered that idea because I think that would be because that is content that I really enjoy. I always like watching a duo or a trio or whatever you call a group of four playing games.
A quadro. So
A quadro and and just like either like lightheartedly or
just ripping the game into one.
yeah, or just ripping the
Yeah.
game a new one. Like when Oni Plays played the one of my favorite Oni Plays videos where it's like they played that Marvel video game that had come out,
Avengers.
like the most recent one where it's it's like it's got like Kamala Khan, like
Oh,
Right,
never mind. I
yeah.
don't know, but
Miss Marvel and
But-
whatnot. it's
yeah,
like-
like
that's one
we
of my
gotta do that now. I want to see how well that does, because that'd be funny.
That would be pretty fun.
But
That would be pretty fun. But either way,
yeah, let's,
got sidetracked. Either
Yeah.
way,
yeah, let's get.
when the project that Sly and I were working on was sort of falling through, you could kind of say that I sort of migrated from that community slowly over to Sly's community to sum it up. So then that's kind of how I ended up
You ended up
becoming a member
joining
of the gang.
joined the Cooper gang, and
I don't know when my membership was officiated, but I am now, so
October of 22.
good because October's my favorite
Had a
month.
meeting out in the woods. We all showed up at the Bohemian Grove. We were wearing
We
masks.
had a little.
But
get a big
anyways,
bonfire.
no, we're
Weird-
not.
they
No,
have
no, no.
this
If we're
weird,
no,
like,
if we're gonna
weird-
have an initiation, I'd rather it be like the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark, where they just fucking like
we were kind of
take
around a
someone into
campfire, like
yeah, take someone to a campfire and tell a good damn story. That's how you.
We were
That's how
all,
you
like-
join. That's how you
they
do
were
it.
all wearing like these really weird like blue and yellow robes. Like I couldn't really see their face. I don't even remember how I got there. Like just kind of one moment I was in bed and like kind of just chilling, and then I felt this sharp pain in my neck, and then I just kind of woke up in the woods with like. And
Okay,
I mean, it
we're
was
not like a
cool 'cause
fucking
It was
cult.
fun.
Come on, come on. You hate cults. Come on. But anyways,
I do.
let's go back to history because we actually don't have too much more to talk about. So, because well, 2022 is also a pretty important year because obviously met Goldie, but this was when I finally changed my name from Sly the Warrior to Sly the Emo Emperor. Why did I do that? Well, for two main reasons. Number one, because, well, if I'm going to be honest, throughout this entire time, I have not mentioned, but I started getting into a lot of music, which, I mean, I kind of loosely talked about it, but I started, like, originally I gravitated to a lot of pop punk bands in, like, late middle school, early high school. So, like, you know, bands like All Time Low, Mayday Parade, you know, stuff like that. Even, like, it. But then, in high school, I kind of had a bit of a new metal phase, but like not like shitty new metal, but like
Shit, new metal,
the, like-
new metal.
the like Slipknot, Linkin Park, Rage Against the Machine, like that kind of stuff, like System of a Down.
It's like when it's kind of like there's pop punk and then there's pop punk.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I hate how I know what you're talking about, but anyways. So yeah, I had a bit of a new metal phase in like high school, even going into the first year of college. But as I was going through the first couple of years of college, which by the way, I'm still in college, like I'm in my 5th year because it's been taking me a bit longer, but I've noticed that I've been gravitating towards a lot more emo recently. So, and I mean, obviously, your Fall Out Boys and your MCRs I've obviously known, but I kind of started going down some other bands like that aren't as well known, like The Used, Chiodos, Taking Back Sunday, Coing Cambria, that sort of stuff. And that kind of got me to think, yeah, I kind of want to lean more towards into like that alternative direction, especially since a lot of the music that I knew of came from, you know, a relative of mine who was definitely in the scene at the time, like whenever it was big in the mid 2000s.
The time.
So, but there's that reason. There's also the reason that we were alluding to at the very beginning of the stream with, unfortunately, someone who I did idolize a lot and was one of the main inspirations of my channel. And unfortunately, they turned out to have been a massive piece of shit.
Oh boy.
So, people nowadays will invoke cringe, and rightfully so, when they hear the username Sky Does Minecraft, also known as Sky the Kid RS.
Also known as Sky the Wife Beater.
Yes. So, and well, admittedly, the Sly the Warrior was, I mean, it was originally kind of a tie-in to obviously Sly Cooper, and you know, but it was also kind of a play on with his Minecraft username, Sky the Kid RS, Sly the Warrior. And so because of what was revealed in 2022 about what Sky did, I felt betrayed. Because, again, he was one of the YouTubers that I watched so much in 2012 and 2013.
As did a lot of his fans, sadly.
And, well, let's just say that because of the name is like, because I felt like my name was too close to his like Minecraft username, I decided to change it because I didn't want to be associated with that. I wanted to be my own thing, especially since I'm not exclusively a Minecraft YouTuber anymore. I've moved past that 8 years by this point. And so I decided, you know, I'm listening to a lot of emo. I've been buying a lot more Hot Topic merch. I've been buying a lot of these striped shirts here. These
walking the walk, now
I've been doing that. You know, doing all that fun stuff. Hell, I'm even getting into this extremely like emo scene show over here. So I guess it just felt natural to just, you know, lean in towards more alternative stuff, especially since that's kind of something that I've always been into even whenever I was a kid, because again, I was someone who remembers when, you know, Sugar We're Going Down was still brand new as far as a music video. That music video is iconic. Or even when MCR was at the top of their game. But I wasn't old enough to really get into that stuff per se.
Old enough to appreciate.
Yeah, I wasn't like old because again, I was a child at the time. Like I remember it being popular, but like I wasn't with it, if that makes sense. My older relatives were, if that made sense. And that's kind of where I kind of got into that a little bit more. Hell, I've even started wearing a bit more eyeshadow occasionally. I mean, I'm not wearing my eyeshadow right now, mostly because, well, I want to actually show my face a little bit, but...
And you began painting your nails, too.
Okay, I haven't gotten that far. Also, that's more of a goth thing, but, you know... But
Okay, I might be mistaking you for someone else I know then.
But anyways, so that's kind of why I started leaning more towards that's where the name change comes. And well, that's kind of where I started changing my content to better reflect that. The tier lists were starting to become more music focused, and I even started to partake in a lot of events because I've been starting to go in
Cons and concerts. And
yeah,
the like.
concerts and festivals, and the cons wouldn't come until later in in the beginning of 2023. And well, I make sure that I've been making sure that every single year I've been going to at least a few dedicated festivals, specifically the When We're Young festivals in Las Vegas, because I have relatives that are actually in the Vegas area, so it's a lot easier for me to get there. And it helps, and of course I make sure I hang out with them as well, because it's just a lot of
Spend time
convenience.
with your family.
Yeah, it's just a lot of convenience, just not with that, but also because it allows me to hang out with people I care for.
Hang out with your family.
So, but you get the point. Is I definitely feel like I've been finally feeling like who I wanted to be, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, like the
Totally.
content creator you wanted to be.
And that definitely culminated last year. Because, well, at least for me personally, 2023 was not only the best year that I've had, obviously in the 2020s, but if I'm going to be honest, it was the best year that, I've had in a long time. And it wasn't even just because of, the content, but just being able to, hang out with all the people that I was able to hang out with, both in person and online, including you guys. And it definitely made me a lot more... I guess this was definitely the moment where I finally just kind of put aside wanting to just... Because if I'm going to be honest, when I first started YouTube, it should be pretty obvious. I was doing it because I wanted to become a big YouTuber. And, as a kid, not the most
that's
noble
what
goals,
every-
but that's kind of expected for a
Kind of
kid.
what every kid wants to be, I think, even today.
Yeah, especially nowadays. But today, but I definitely feel like that last year, and even kind of this year as well, I've just finally come to realize that I don't need to really just do this for just to be famous or to be anything like that. And you shouldn't do that. You should do it because you want to do it. And ultimately, I think that's the lesson that I feel that I definitely have taught myself kind of post 2021. And that's something that I've definitely leaned myself into. And it's honestly made me feel a lot better about myself. Are there some bumps in the road that happen? Yes, of course.
Well, totally.
And let's just say that I'm not particularly excited about what's going to happen next year, but that's a whole other conversation. But 2023 will be a year that, for me personally, will mean a lot to me, especially since that was the year that
shit blossomed.
Shit really... I mean, 2022, at least for, Twitch, that year stuff blossomed there. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, at the end of 2022, that's where we released the second album here. It's mostly an instrumental, and hell, a lot of the music that I use as the prelude tracks here comes from this. And it's pretty we got ourselves a lot of bangers on here. And yes, Goldie made the cover of this, so thanks,
I
Goldie.
made the cover in my in my college library. I remember that day. So it was simple, but it was fun to do something
Yeah.
different.
Made the cover of our self-titled. So, which this
So I expect royalties, by the way. You know, I'm like the guy that made, like, you know, the cover for, I don't know, for American Idiot. I'm like the guy who made that cover.
yeah. So yeah, sounds familiar? Because this was the intro music of the stream.
Yep, all custom made, right in house.
Very, and this is where I finally learned how to make proper emo music, because this is as emo as you can fucking get. So you can even hear the little strummings right there. So yeah, I made twinkle emo music. So. Even though the first half of this album is still a new metal album, but you get the point. So...
Whoa.
Suffice to say, I'm actually proud of this record. Like, it's much better than the first one. There are some songs that I will admit may have not been the best. But this one is so much better. Please, guys, support the Spotify, because like I really want you guys to.
This.
Yes, please, because like, goddamn, this actually took me over a year for me to like try to figure out. It took me from like the March of like 21 to like October of 22 just to figure out all these songs. So, please. Support this shit, because like
please let me get what I want.
Please.
So. But anyways, so yeah, 2023, pretty good year, I'd say. I did teeter a little bit in like the few like months here, but again, I was more focused on like getting back into college and all that fun stuff, because I took the semester off at the beginning of 2023. So, and well, I took advantage of that, went to a few conventions and a few concerts, and honestly, those have been some of the best moments that I've ever had in my life. Like going to
very cool people.
Yeah, some pretty cool people, some cool cosplayers.
Pretty important people.
Goldie, what are you trying to?
They are important. They're important to us.
They are important to us. Because yes, we've talked to a few cosplayers of FNAF and or I have talked to a few like FNAF and Helluva Boss cosplayers, and I even got to meet the cast of Helluva Boss as they signed poster back there, which was pretty cool.
We have still yet to get all of us together to go to McCon, which
I will
feel
say
is
this
McCon
though,
one.
like I am probably gonna still go to Level Up regardless, but I'm really crossing my fingers of specific people going there, because if specific people are going there, I'm dragging you up over here. I don't care if it's inconvenient.
Dragging us over to wherever you need to take us.
Yes.
I mean, Christ, who knows? Things are looking a little iffy right now for me, so who knows what could happen.
Who knows? But admit it, but yeah, anyways, I guess you guys can kind of get where I'm coming from when it comes to 2023, is that it was a lot more of an introspective year for me. Like, so, and I was even able to finish single player September, because this is the last year that I did single player September, where I finished up, playing through Sly 4, Ratchet Deadlocked, Halo Reach, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and I think that was all that I streamed that time. I didn't do single player September this time around because admittedly kind of don't have as many games because those games are close to me. So, and well, a few other games that I played through this year, but well, tier.
Here.
Which then leads us to 2024. So,
The bold future,
well,
kind of.
I'm not gonna lie, 2024, while it was a decent year, it definitely wasn't as good as last year. I mean, I took 2 months worth of breaks because I feel like I just kind of burnt myself out of like streaming for a little while, and that is admittedly why it does seem like I have been kind of stagnant on Twitch. Again, that's not like a problem. Like that doesn't necessarily like matter too much, but admittedly there hasn't really been as much stuff going on over there. But that's
It's been a little quiet.
yeah, it's
this
been a little
year.
bit
lot of-
quiet. Yeah, it's been a little bit
a lot
quiet
of
over on
real life
Twitch.
stuff, basically. Just sort of focusing
Yeah.
on a lot of the personal.
Yeah, I think
It's
that
on a lot of our ends.
yeah, like, and this was like earlier this year. We also kind of, that's kind of also whenever our project got canceled. Because yes, we worked on that for 2 years.
Yeah,
This is
it
kinda-
was.
By the time
slog.
that I left, that's basically when everyone called it quits. So,
Yeah.
but
I had already accepted defeat a long time ago. I was more so just holding on for mostly the sake of Sly and a couple other of our friends in the project.
yeah. But I mean, not all was terrible this year
All was lost.
because well, this was the year that I officially got back to YouTube. So, where's the yeah, there you go. So, because I wanted to do a bit more. Okay, technically, end of 2023 was whenever I went back onto YouTube, kind of, because I uploaded a few top 10 and top 5 videos here, as you can see, and these are actually this is technically a remake of a video that I did back in 2019. And, well, top 10 first-person shooter games, I think is a pretty dope video. I took so long to work on it, but it was worth it. So, I recommend you guys go watch it because
No.
this is probably the best video I've ever done. And I'm going to be blunt about that. This is the best video I've ever done. Like,
You're gonna build on
everything that, all the experience that I have built up until this point was finally put into a project that I could genuinely say is worth a lot of people's attention. So, because my god, this thing was worth it. Like, no more shitty editing, no more, 720 frames per second. It's at 1080p, and it's scripted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's
Sly, we all need something to be proud of in our
So.
lives.
Yeah, you have every right to be proud.
so.
Yeah.
But admittedly, that hasn't been the type of content that I've been working on as of late. Because as of late, I've been working on a lot of YouTube Shorts, mostly because a lot of people, like, I've been noticing that, like, there's been a lot of people flocking from TikTok over to YouTube because of a lot of concerns about TikTok being banned in the US. And
Yeah.
I pretty much thought, well, I kind of want to just do a bunch of random ass, short plays of a lot of my favorite games. It doesn't matter what type of game it could be anything. It could be Hitman, it could be Call of Duty, it could be Doom, Quake, hell, maybe even some other games. And those have been pretty fun. Like, I know I haven't done one of these in a while, but these honestly have been pretty fun to record. Yeah, they're short, they're quick, but I try to make sure that I use the amount of that time to, get the best parts. I don't just waste, time with that, and I'm not doing a lot of what other people are doing by just making like the most laziest shit ever, where it's just like, you know, gameplay with like a random clip, or like fucking, I don't know what people do, like they do like low effort, just kind of random lol meme content. I'm not that type of person. I never was. I've always been the type of person who's just more engaged with the gameplay itself. And
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to make something that was basically just kind of more, I guess, observational funniness, like, you know, like funny clips, if that makes sense, because that's always been the type of humor that I liked.
The
And
commentary that will.
yeah, the commentary, and these have been pretty fucking great. Hell, let's watch the Hitman ones, and these are gonna be short, so we can watch the whole video. So, all right, we are just a local tourist looking for a business deal. That's all that we're asking. All we're doing. Evening, gentlemen. Shit, why is it?
Enough of this. Show me your hands. Go.
Fuck, why is it buffering? What the fuck?
Oh no.
God damn it. Hold on, let me close that out. Damn it. I just want a business deal. Evening, gentlemen. Yeah, why is it buffering? What the fuck? Alright, we are just a local tourist. Come on, YouTube. Looking for a business deal. That's all that we're asking for. Evening, gentlemen. It's not gonna work, buddy.
Enough of this. Show me your hands. Go.
Not gonna work, buddy.
Okay. I just want a business deal. Evening, gentlemen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, no you don't. Alright, time to act like the Strangler. Hi there. Here's a present for you. Got him. God, this music sucks. Turn it off.
That's history, man. Cookie. What?
Alright.
Okay.
Nothing you need
hell
to be
is this?
concerned about. What? What?
Ow.
They didn't accept my business deal.
And except I ate a lot of good shit in that briefcase. Okay.
Guess we'll blow up that virus first then. Alright, this is the second part. Here we go.
Prevent.
Shit.
Live
He
prevents
knows.
COVID.
He knows. Shit,
Prevents
they know.
COVID too.
Get in. I don't think you need that virus anymore.
Or non-combatants.
We just saved the
No.
world. I didn't kill them. Hey, Steve Blum.
Oh, hi, Steve.
No, you don't. Ooh. We're the real Phantom of the house now. You don't see me. Oh crap, she's You going don't see me. downstairs. Uh-oh. I'm going John Wick on these guys. Shit, I did not realize she was gonna be down there. You didn't see that?
I can't hit my
Oh
phone.
shit. Well, sucks to be him. Shit.
Oh no!
The Phantom strikes again.
Oh.
Alright, we made it. I think we did pretty.
I think that was pretty. I think we did pretty well.
That's the type of shit that I made like a few months ago.
Now,
and
now
Frank,
imagine how good. Now imagine how much better those videos will be with my smooth voice.
my god. But yeah, I've done it with a bunch of other like games. I've done Splinter Cell, I've done Deep Rock, I've done Doom. But I've also, well, relating to the cons, I've also been uploading other types of shorts. Granted through TikTok, because yes, I've also made it. I also made my own TikTok.
Sold your soul to China
Well,
and made a TikTok account.
I mean, at least I've been doing somewhat decent stuff on there, talking about emo as I should. But, well, granted, I can't play the videos because they have copyright music. But you already see, I have decided to make a cosplay. Because, see that Kane right there? Sly Cooper Kane?
Red Kane.
I made a Sly Cooper cosplay. I flew over to LA and showcased a little bit of that stuff. Or actually last month. Holy shit. Yeah, it was last month. Damn.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago. And honestly, that's been a lot of fun. Granted, not the most accurate thing in the world. Again, I would play the videos, but I don't want to get caught. Oh wait, hold on. Let me. Can I?
Well, the cool thing about cosplay is that, like, again, I think a lot of people really like it when liberties are taken instead of like a still
Yeah.
portrait.
Okay, they can't hear the music. Good. So, but yeah, that's my cosplay.
It's got the shirt, it's got the
So,
cane, it's got the tail, it's got the hat,
yep, it's
it's got
got.
got the glasses that act as the mask.
Well, I actually put eyeshadow over it, so.
So that's what I was gonna say. It's like I would have like painted my face. 'Cause
Yeah.
who the hell sells old timey thief masks anymore? What is
Well-
this, the 1930s?
I mean, Party City does. It's just the problem is that I don't want to get contacts specifically to do the cosplay because like those are more expensive than you would think, and also
They
like
are expensive, I
I'd have to
worked on
take it out, and I don't trust myself to like put my. I can put eyeliner on, but I don't trust putting shit in my eye. I can put shit around my eyes, but not in my
Finally.
eyes. So
I literally bare
I'm-
finger touch my eyeballs every day.
I'm incredibly squeamish about anything going near my.
I touch
Yeah.
my
I can
eyeballs
barely
with
get
my
my
dirty
check.
fingers every day.
But yeah,
It tastes good after a while.
I cosplayed as my boy. I got the tail. I got the red backpack. Don't forget about the red backpack.
Forget about the backpack.
I got the gloves.
So now
basically
it's almost
just-
like the profile picture. It's almost like the profile picture is becoming a little bit too accurate. Where does the man begin and the mask end?
What do you mean profile picture? My profile picture. Oh, you're talking about my Discord one. Well, I took inspiration from both the Sly Cooper canceled movie trailer and the like the short anime like cutscenes that they had in like as like a bonus feature in the original game. That's kind of what I took some like liberties from, just kind of combining both of those designs. So, and adding a little bit of my emo flair by you know, kind of having the eyeliner or the eyeshadow kind of look like that. So my
Pretty
that's
cool.
my cosplay. And if I'm gonna be honest, I think that wraps everything up as of right now. I didn't mention the Gmod roleplay, mostly because that never really went anywhere. For those who don't know, I tried planning that. Like, I tried doing a Gary's Mod Machinima roleplay, but like multiple times, but it didn't really garner that much attention. But like, that's honestly, I think that's about it. Like, because
We're up to. I mean, that was like a month ago, so like we're down to.
yeah, because the most recent thing that I've done has been just the fact that I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Like, I'm not abandoning YouTube like anymore, and I've been doing quite a few streams over here. Yeah, I did Warhammer 3. I did some Black Ops 6. So I'm currently doing Metal Gear Solid 2, and I'm going to be playing another game real soon as well. So yeah, that's the overall arching history of the channel and just everything that I've done, with maybe a few things that I'm forgetting, but like, I think this is about it. So I guess the real question is, what's my legacy?
Do you have any regrets? Is the real question.
I mean,
We
there's
stand forth.
I mean, I will
Everything's
definitely.
on the table.
I mean, I will definitely say this. I think in hindsight, I definitely, like, I already mentioned it earlier. I feel like I should have probably streamed. I should have probably done YouTube a bit later than I did. Because again, I started in like 2014 with like a shitty mic and like shitty computer and everything. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. And admittedly, I am kind of. I wish I could have done my research back then to know exactly what I needed in order for me to be able to make the type of content that I wanted to make in the best quality possible at the time, if that makes sense. That
Yeah,
and
but also,
I regret.
I think you need.
Also,
I also just think you need to keep in mind that you were a kid back then, so
I guess.
it's
Well-
better than doing what I did and sat in my room talking to myself like a madman.
Well, there's that.
Because now,
And then there's also the problem in that I, in hindsight, regret deleting that Was 101 playthrough. I shouldn't have done that. Because,
you shouldn't have given into your shame.
yeah, I shouldn't have, like, given into that. That I definitely shouldn't have, like, gotten into. But, like, other than that, I think everything, like, my journey has been pretty interesting just thus far. But as far as just kind of the legacy, I mean, you know, I'm only a channel, like, I'm not a very big channel. I mean, you know, I don't have like fucking thousands or millions of people following me. I only have like, what, 222 followers on Twitch and 340 or 330 on my original channel and 60 on my new channel. And so, like, I wouldn't say that I really have, like, a legacy per se on the grander scale, but I guess just this type of I guess just the past 10 years have just kind of made me kind of reflect on what exactly makes me who I am, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, and like, it's funny you mentioned earlier about like really figuring out who you were, because I think myself personally, I kind of feel the same over these past couple years, and a lot of it I think is probably just, I'm sure some of it's probably just like good timing, like it's like I'm, this kind of is the pure, being in my early 20s, like and going to college, it kind of is the time of your life where you figure out who you really are and you kind of settle into, what your personality is going to be like, at least for the next decade or two. But I also personally feel like, in part thanks to you guys, that I've become a lot more comfortable with who, with sort of who I am and what I like, and just sort of embrace that I'm kind of a fucking nerd, and it's, and that I shouldn't really, and just the way I look at the world and the way I see, and I think it's affected the way I see myself and the way I see other people. And I mean that in all the best possible ways. Like, I mean, I think about the world in a different way that is a lot more appealing. Even if it's looking at the ugliness of the world and of people. Acknowledging that, and I think has made me a better person, a more like aware person, and a more just accepting person. Because I don't know about any of you guys, but I feel like even when I first met you guys, there were definitely a lot of things about me that are a bit different than how I am now. And a lot of it was other outside, stuff outside of this group, other factors in my life, I don't even want to say personal life, because I feel like this is part of my personal life, like, this isn't just some weird category, like, I feel like this just is, like, an aspect of my personal life. Like, what happens here is just that. Like, so, like, there was some outside circumstances with, like, other groups, other situations, but I think I did kind of grow as a person being around you guys, and I feel like I continue to do so. So I feel the same way that you do about sort of just being who you are and liking it,
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good feeling.
I definitely appreciate that because if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that honestly does make me feel grateful because if I'm gonna be honest, I never really felt like a lot of people like really I don't want to say remembered me or like but like they haven't really stuck around. And the fact that like I've been able to kind of like, you know, be a part of your life and help you just kind of grow with you as like a friend, like I genuinely appreciate how you feel about that because like if I'm going to be honest,
Yeah, dude.
that's kind of you're like one of the few people who's ever told me that if I'm going to be honest. Like
Yeah.
and,
I mean, same for me. Even even if I'm not around for very long, if I can at least have some kind of positive impact on somebody's life, I'm happy. And so I'm glad that we were able to kind of that we were able to do that for. Makes me happy.
So, but yeah, before we wrap this up, I did actually DM both of you about potentially asking any sort of questions, whether it be like relating to any of the content or just kind of, I don't know, just everything in general. So, do you guys want to do like a bit of it? Like, do you guys like have any like Q&A or anything of that nature?
I don't know. I think if we've established anything, it's that we already know each other pretty well.
I guess.
I don't
Well,
know.
again, I guess I was also kind of menting like colloquially in the sense of like potentially other people might be wondering, but it's fine. But yeah, so I guess we can let's do something before we like wrap this up. We're gonna go travel back in time. So
Go back in time.
So I'm gonna switch over to here, and I'm gonna switch over for you guys over here. So here we are. The first area.
My God.
Hold on, I need to fix the audio. Oh, there we go. Oh shoot, I replaced your audio. Fuck, hold on. God damn it. Stupid. There needs to be a better way to do that. But anyways, so yeah. Here we are.
Back to where it all began.
Yep, where it all began. Little
There's
General Ez. There he is. So
General's Daz.
no, it's General Ez. It's pronounced Ez.
Ez.
Yeah.
General Sheen Estevez.
No.
So is
this was the mod showcase. This was the mod showcase area.
Is this it, or is this like a recreation?
I had to recreate it because I didn't have the original world file anymore. But I recreated it from scratch, and it's just like how it was in that original video that you saw.
Can you reenact the script that you didn't have?
I didn't use a script. I mean, I can. Well, here's the thing. I already told you. Like that mod isn't available for this version. It's only available for 1.12. This is 1.16.
1.12.
So, what? I guess
thanks, Mojang.
I guess.
Tyrant.
Well, it would be the mod. It would be the mod creator who would be at fault because they didn't update the mod.
Thanks, mod creator.
But,
what do you have a life or something outside of Minecraft?
But anyways, I guess I can.
Is life.
I guess I can
Hello,
at
guys.
least
Welcome.
recreate the fucking thing a little bit. I guess I don't know.
It's like recreating the JFK assassination. We do it
No,
shot by
no,
shot.
no. All right. One. All right. We ready?
You don't have to. You don't have to make your voice sound like it did back then. You can
Okay. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Hey guys. Oh, hey, hello. My name is Sly. And I'm here to do a mod showcase. I'm here with my friend General Ez. Hi General Ez. I can't do this.
I was wondering if I should if I should cut in, or if I should just let you cook.
No, I don't even remember what I said. So like, I'd have to rewatch that video, which I mean you already saw. I don't want to rewatch it.
Should have
so-
rewatched it and studied it frame by frame and wrote down transcript. Like those people in a courtroom, the
No.
typewriter.
Whatever. You know what? We're gonna end this. We're gonna end this the cool way, because I recreated. I redone this entire area, because I redid the whole area on stream. So, and I recreated it into this. So, because the only things that have remained intact was the fountain and that little entrance way that got turned into this entrance hallway.
Expanded and enhanced.
Yes. And remember seeing that small building that used to be right there? This is its replacement. And
What? What?
this is gonna become
The museum.
a museum. And
But where is she?
she's over here. Oh wait, yeah, she's over here.
It's right off to the side, just like that. Pixelated Roxanne Wolf. There's
So-
gotta be a Roxy skin for Minecraft.
Oh, there's plenty of Roxy skins for Minecraft. Oh my god. But yeah,
Has to be.
this is gonna be the Sly Army Museum. So
Sly Army Museum. Book a ticket today.
whenever this is finished, I'll make sure to put a Planet Minecraft link. So, but yeah,
Wow.
I'd say that's about everything here. And wow, that's the past 10 years of my life. So I guess I'm gonna change the picture back here to I guess the picture that represents the past 10 years, if I even can.
Everything.
Shit, it won't let me on fucking OBS. God damn it. But yeah, that's it, honestly. I just want to say thank you guys for just kind of sticking to this, and also again thank you guys for kind of supporting me for the years that you guys have been. Again, it really has been awesome being able to meet you guys, and I hope that we can continue our journeys together, because
Yeah.
I
for
hope
another
so
10
too.
years.
I really hope one day you ship us out somewhere and we all go to Wakanda together.
Please, I want that to happen, especially with Austin Saimori, because goddamn, they've been a lifesaver too. They couldn't, like I said, they couldn't join the stream because they were busy. Same thing with Zombie Slayer. But yeah, that's all I've got to really say is that was 10 years of
10 years.
Someone.
10 years of freaking cool.
of some dude. Okay.
10 years of some guy's life in a nutshell, like the song. By
All right, so that's going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you guys for joining in and just kind of adding context and commentary to everything. Again, thank you guys for just kind of sticking around. And of course, shout out to Goldie because they have an Instagram.
Shout out to me.
So let me see if I can find the link. They do their own artwork. Are you doing commissions right now or no?
No, I am not. Though I probably, if I'm going to be, it's probably not going to be until winter break.
Fair.
Because I've mostly just been like doodling for fun. So I haven't really been working on any projects. Just doodling and screwing around with my drawing pad just for fun.
Mm-hmm. Fair. But yeah, if you guys are watching any of the streams, of course, yeah, thank you guys for, of course, checking out all that. And of course, if you guys are watching anything on either Twitch or YouTube, feel free to check out the side panel where you'll see Goldie's Instagram in the chat. Of course, but Kai doesn't actually have any major social media, unless, do you have something you want to shout out?
We use a ton of social media anyway, so
Fair enough.
Other than my Instagram, I ain't got much. I'm not too present on social media, to be honest. I know it's quite shocking for a Gen Z, but I am not.
We don't believe in generations in this household. But
I know.
anyways. But yeah, that's all I gotta really say. And again, thank you guys for checking out the stream. If you guys stayed until the end, you guys are legends. And again, shout out to everyone who has supported everything that I've done on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Because I opened up a personal Instagram, so if you guys want to check out my personal stuff, there you go. But also, yeah, TikTok, SoundCloud, DeviantArt, all that fun stuff. And if you guys want to continue seeing what I'll be doing, because, well, I've got some stuff planned for the rest of the year that I'm pretty excited about. Of course, hit the follow button and the bell icon if you're watching this on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon on either my Sly the Warrior or Sly the Emo Emperor channels. Of course, check out the description, link in the description if you want to support all the other stuff that I have. And if you want to directly support me, you can also hit the subscribe button. If you can't do that, that's completely fine. I'm just glad you guys took time to watch this. But yeah, I think that's about it. And I'm Sly, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So, bye.
Bye.